Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Woo! Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
DQ, baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, in Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids. D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, and you're back. And happy President's Day, man. You watching OFFScript, all right? Listen, I found this sound clip, and I said, I think this does me justice. This is how I'm gonna be feeling. Good morning, everybody. You already know what I'm about to be on. Come on. Good morning, everybody. You already know what I'm about to be on, so you already know what it is. Make sure you like the freaking stream, all right? Make sure you like the stream. My boy Trey, he off. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Trey? Listen, I know all the parents, your kids out of school. I feel for you, all right? I feel for you, all right? But once again, good morning, everybody. You already know what I'm about to be on. You already know what I'm about to be on. All right, so make sure you like the stream and get into it. All right, real quick. All right, let me get this pulled up. Dang, just like a black person, I ain't never ready. All right, listen, guys. If you're a kid, if you're a person, an NFL agent, all right, is looking for 3 players. All right, he has opening for 3 players. All right, make sure you contact them on your email. First come, first serve. All right, so screenshot this, send him an email, let him know you're interested. He'll get back with you. All right, so an NFL agent, Cartez Johnson, reached out to me. He said he is looking for kids to promote. You know, he does the speed and the kids incident training, contract negotiation, will help you find NIL deals and public relations. Now, listen, also, guys, if you're currently a senior or a junior in school as well, he can also be your agent as well. I do believe you're allowed to have an agent. Maybe not, maybe so. I'm a little confused on that. But definitely, if you're looking to go to the league, or if you're looking to take that next step, make sure you reach out to him. Cartez Johnson, his email is in the description. His email is in there. I'll put it in the description below, but make sure you reach out to him. Remember, he only has opening for 3 players. All right, 3 players, first come, first serve. All right, first come, first serve. All right, so make sure you do that and reach out to him. Shout out to you, Cartez, for reaching out to me. All right, so let's make that happen for a young man, get his dream stuff. All right, thank you. Hey, man, you listen, bro. Appreciate you. Listen, hey, man, Target clearance, baby. No, I got this from JCPenney clearance. $7.99. $7.99. Oh, you know, I don't know if he does basketball. That's a good question. I'm going to reach out to him and I'm going to ask him if he does basketball. But as of right now, it's just football, all right? As of right now, it's just football. Yeah, got this at JCPenney, you know, $7.99 at President's Day sale, you know, clearance, you know what I'm saying? So, you know me, I'm frugal, bro. I'm super frugal. The cheaper, the better for me. All right, let's get into the first topic of the day. You already know where I had to start. You already know where I had to start. This jank is hot like fish grease out here in these streets. This jank is hot like fish grease. If you didn't know, this is the fight. All right, listen, you gotta be living on the rock to not know what happened. I believe this happened Saturday, either Saturday or Sunday. Juwan Howard, head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, got into a physical altercation with one of the coaches, and you know, pretty much the issues hit the fan. All right, listen, we all grown. This shit has hit the fan. All right, this shit has absolutely hit the fan. Now, listen. I'm gonna go the black route, I'm gonna go the white route, and then I'm gonna just give my personal opinions, right? The black route is this: you never, ever put your hands on a black man that is angry. You don't do that. You listen, I don't give a damn how professional you think you are. If you haven't seen the Boondocks and you see the N-word moment, all right, a Bama moment, the ninja moment, it gets real. So when he told you, I'm going to remember that shit, he's mad, okay? That's the black translation for you done fucked up, all right? You done messed up all the way with me. So let come on, man. Like, you got to keep it. Let's keep it a whole black buck out here, all right? He said, I'm going to remember that. We all know what that means in the black household. It's like, I'm not going to let you lay that down, and that's what it is. So my man had a ninja moment. All right, it happens. All right, that's my black part. That's the black side of me, right? The white professional side of me, you know, it said that it's never that serious. It's never that serious. The man called a timeout. He didn't want his younger players to get caught up in the press. They weren't comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's really never that big of a moment. I mean, come on, bro. Like, the game was over. You lost. You was down by 15. You know what I'm saying? You was down by 15. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's be a whole buck out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, stop it. You was losing. All right, bad. 15. Come on. 10 seconds left in the game, 15 seconds left in the game. Anyway, all right, you was losing. Now, my takeaway is this. There's always, and listen, and I got half of this opinion from, this is what really rounded out my opinion, was the guy off of First Things First, the white dude who loves LeBron. I love his takes, by the way. I love his takes. I can't remember his name right now. Nick Wright. All right. Nick Wright from First Things First. And I agree with this point wholeheartedly. He said you cannot be mad at the situation because sports bring out a different side of people, right? That's just what happens. He said, if you go to your job at IBM and you punch an employee in the face and say he made you mad, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like whatever, it has a lot more like, bro, like, what's your problem? He said, but that emotion and energy that is brought to by sports is different. He said, that's why if you go to your job and you cuss out an employee says, man, get your effing paperwork done on time, they're gonna be like, yo, what is wrong with you? Calm your butt down. But if you a coach and you say, man, get your ass on the line right now, like, everybody gonna be like, oh, I like that coach. He's so tough. Like, it's just a different mindset. So I think a lot of people need to understand the energy that is brought to first of all, Juwan Howard being a former player. Okay. Also being a former player also has a lot to do with that as well. Energy, emotion, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feeling that. And as a coach, I've broken many of clipboards. I have broken many of clipboards being upset at a game, a decision, things have happened and things like that. Not my finest moments, but I've done it. All right. So although I do believe he should be suspended, I don't believe he should be fired. I do not believe he should be fired. He should be suspended 6 games or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, me, I am not a big component of the public apology, but at the end of the day, it's bigger than you. You made the institution look bad. Like, on my platform, you know what I'm saying? On my platform, I don't have to apologize because at the end of the day, the only person I make look bad is me. But when you're under somebody, right? When you're like, if I was working for ESPN and I did something wrong, well, it's not just me that looks bad. It's the simple fact of the matter is it's also ESPN that looks bad. So he made his alma mater look bad. Alma mater. Okay, alma mater look bad. And now that's where the apology has to come into place. So I see it happening. I know he doesn't want to, but it is what it is. Listen, call lines open, 516-259-9041. If you guys ain't got any opinions about it, 516-259-9041.
You are the only participant in the conference.
Yeah, I agree, Jack Boy. Definitely a minimum 4 to 6 game suspension. Definitely don't think he should be fired. And if he is fired, bring your butt to an HBCU, baby. Hey, listen. Hey, HBCUs, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. We out here getting greasy. We out here getting greasy, baby. You know what I'm saying? They out here, they slide. They slide. They be sliding. You know what I'm saying? They be out here sliding. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? They be like, coach, you my slime. You know what I'm saying? That's that new hip folk for the young kids. You know, slime. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, come down to HBCU. They'll get with you, bro. They'll get with you real easy, greasy like. So it is what it is. Just suspend them the rest of the year. Michigan trash anyway. They both took losses, no wins in the situation. In my opinion, agree suspension. People, let me see what my boy Blue said. My boy Blue, shout out to my boy Blue. Hey Blue, if you want to call in and talk about your experience at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, that is the next topic on hand. I know you were there for the whole week, so if you want to call in, give people your opinion, or if you want to do it on your own channel, that is perfectly fine. All right, let me see what my boy Blue said. I saw it, or I put it up, but I didn't read it. Howard thought that he was just going to whisper some slicks and walk away. Then he punched the wrong coach anyway, so he really took the L. Yeah, he did. He definitely hit the wrong coach, but it wasn't slick though. If I'm being honest, like it really, if I'm being 100%, it wasn't really slick. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel it's slick. He just said, "I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that shit." That's all he said. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was slick. Like in the black world, that's not slick. That's because if he was talking to another coach, if he was talking to another black coach, you know what the black coach would have said? All right, I'll see you then. I bet I'll see you. Bring that same energy next time. That's what two black coaches would have done. All right. But as a Caucasian man, he took that as a threat. That's why he stopped him, because he was like, "Hey man, listen. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean anything by it. You know, I was just trying to coach my own team." And then that's when Juwan was like, "Yo, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me." You know what I'm saying? Like, don't effing touch. You know that. Listen, that I bet mean a lot in the black hole. Listen, you can have an Urban Dictionary and have about 10 I bets, and they all mean something different. All right. So he would have been like, "All right, bet." You know what I'm saying? I'll see you next week, because we both in the Big Ten. We both in the Big Ten. So he's like, "All right, bet. All right, run it back. Run it back." You know what I'm saying? But for me, I say when going to have a conversation about it, I'm going to be like, "Hold up, my man." See, but for me, if you say that, see, that's the difference. Oh man, this is perfect, like black and white, right? I love this. All right. So for black people, him saying, "I'm gonna remember that shit," that's the conversation. It's so much into that, in that slogan, that ain't nothing else have to be said. Ain't nothing have to be said after "I'm gonna remember that shit." After he says that, he don't gotta say nothing else. He don't gotta say nothing else. That's why, as another black man, you're gonna be like, "All right, bet. I'll see that. I'll see you when I see you." You know what I'm saying? So that's why he didn't. That's why, as black people, we wouldn't say like we needed to have a conversation, because what would have happened is at the press conference, somebody's gonna say, Hey, Juwan, we heard you say, something to the coach. What was that about? Juwan's going to get up there and say, "Yeah, I didn't like what he did with the timeout. I told him I'm going to see him next time." The black coach in return on the other team, if I was the black coach in Wisconsin, they'd be like, "Hey, coach, we heard that Juwan Howard said something." I'm like, "Yeah, he said something because he got his butt whooped. But he said he going to see me, and I'll see him when I see him." You know what I'm saying? I'll see you when I see you. You know what I'm saying? It's just that easy. So we go keep it easy, greasy, and I will see him when I see him. And next time, keep that same energy. Next question. Next question. That's how I would have been. I'll be like, next, hey, instead of him worrying about me, he need to be worried about why he getting beat by 15 points. Next question. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been me. Hey, caller, you lie, talk to me.
Scott, I ain't got but one thing to say with that. Everything was good until he touched him.
Facts.
Everything was good until he touched him. He could have said what he said. I know for me. We walking off. I'm going to see you. Say, "Man, I'm going to remember that." Cool. Keep walking. The minute you touch me, and like Blue say, he hit the wrong coach, no. At that point, the whole team can get it. I hit anybody that touch me.
If you got a W on your shirt, you can get it.
Man, look, At that point, for me, it's up. Anybody can get it. I'm mad. I missed him. But yeah, I'm waiting for you by the bus and everything. Yeah, I ain't finished. But at that point, when you touch me, it's over with. All bets off.
Oh man.
That's all I wanted to say, Scotty. Yeah, he ain't hit the wrong person. He hit anybody that was close to him. That's the time gonna come out. By that time, he had lost focus of who he was.
Oh man,
he went all the way back to high school. Anybody can.
Hey, yeah, that's them young Juwan. That's them bald head days. That's them bald head days.
That's all I want to say, got it.
Hey man, appreciate the call, man. Appreciate it. Oh, that's too funny. He said anybody can get it at that point. Anybody. I don't know who 14 was, but he was throwing back. Hey, you talk about on Michigan? Hey, that boy was banging for his coach. Boy, you thought Juwan Howard would have paid his college off or something. Guilty by association at that point. Everybody ducking haymakers. Oh, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Just collateral damage for everybody. But nah, Blue, real talk though, that's the part about black people that like you're gonna like anybody black is going to tell you after he said, I'm gonna remember that shit. Ain't nothing have to be said after that. You said everything you needed to say at that point. Just that simple for me. Just that simple. Yeah. So that's my thing, man. But yeah, he was wrong. Nobody's saying he's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's not wrong. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you don't put your hands on, first of all, an angry black man, you never put your hands on an angry black man. Well, you asking to get your butt whooped. And if he can't fight, that's just he can't fight. But if you put your hands on an angry black man, you're asking for trouble because we don't see things the same. That's why he kept saying, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Like, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you when you approach somebody, you know what I'm saying? You approach somebody like, hey man, listen, I ain't trying. That's why you got your hands up. You know what I'm saying? And that's even I'm talking to another black dude and I know he angry. You be like, hey man, like chill, bro. Like ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to show aggression because if I show you aggression and you already mad at me for something, it only takes me doing something, just a slight here, a slight there, it's going to send you over the edge. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you see people like, hey, man, like, listen, bro, it's not even that serious, bro. Like, you know, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just little vernaculars here and there and stuff like that. Wait till somebody cool down. You know what I'm saying? You come back to the situation. So it is what it is. Hey, he ain't no little guy. He is not no little guy. But yeah, he went back to them bald head days back in Michigan. He was like, man, I'll show you something. He said, I'm not too far removed. I am not too far removed. All right, next up. HBCU Legacy Bowl recap 22-6. My takeaways. You know what my takeaway is? You know who enjoyed this game? Nobody. Yo, this Jake was so boring. I am so sorry. This game was so boring. And I don't care what black journalist you got interviewing, blah, blah, blah. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, because I know how you Bammers like to clip stuff, all right? Listen to me. The football game was boring, okay? The football game. Absolutely, I mean, like watching paint dry. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put that on. So that's my thing. Now the event itself, awesome, off the chain. The NFL Network, them playing at the facilities. You know, I've heard from Blue and Cut. You know, the amenities were through the roof. The production was through the roof. The access, talking to the players, everything surrounding the game was absolutely amazing. So shout out to Shaq Harris, shout out to Patrick Mahomes, shout out to Doug Williams for putting on a great production and putting the money into it, and it didn't look second rate, it looked first class all the way. Now getting to the football game, absolutely trash. And this is what I'm gonna say about that. All right, this is what I'm gonna say about that. And I said this on the watch party. All right. My two biggest takeaways, right? One, it's hard to do an HBCU bowl game, right? When your offensive line and trenches are the worst part of your football. So you don't have the best quality talent at the offensive line position. The D-line, you're going to have athletes, you're going to have talented people, but you don't have the best offensive linemen to really protect these guys and really show what these running backs and these quarterbacks can do. That's one reason why it looks so bad. And the play calling, oh my God, listen. Coach Willie Simmons, bro, we just going to have to take you out of big games because you cannot call plays. If it's a big game and you got Coach Willie Simmons in it, just best believe plays are not going to be called the right way. That's all I'm saying. You can take it how you want to. You can do it how you want to. There was no creativity. There was no fun. I mean, bro, it's an all-star game. It's the last time these kids are going to play. I didn't see no reverses. I ain't see no halfback passes. I ain't see none of that. None of it. So you telling me you spent a whole week with these kids and you couldn't come up with nothing creative? And if I'm being honest, if I'm being a whole buck out here, you had the more talented team. Bro, you had Bishop Bonnet, Ezra Gray, Aquil Glass, Ladarius Skelton, D. Anderson. You had so much talent. It was ridiculous. And you guys couldn't come up with nothing creative. I mean, you gotta listen. The white team had the punter at receiver. He playing punter. He doing all kind of crazy stuff. You telling me you couldn't use Ladarius Skelton in no packages? You telling me you couldn't have a 2 running back system or any? I mean, you just had so much talent on the field. It was ridiculous. So I don't care what everybody like, oh, Scotty, it's an all-star game. It should. I don't give a damn. Every time Willie Simmons steps up into a big game, he loses. And if you want to say the Florida Classic is a big game, it's not, because Bethune-Cookman was trash. So what are we talking about right now? He stepped up in Southeast Louisiana, got his ass whooped. He went to the Orange Blossom Classic, got his butt whooped. All right, if he would have, because he didn't want to take the kid out. He didn't want to take the kid out that was playing quarterback. We'll just say that. All right, we'll just say that. I won't believe he didn't want to swap out kids when necessary. So what I'm seeing is a pattern that you can't call plays in big moments. So, and if I'm being honest, he shouldn't even won MVP. The white boy should have won MVP. Witt should have won MVP. If I'm being honest, if we being a whole buck, I like the white boy. But I got Stockholm syndrome, so don't listen to me. All right. You know, white is right in my book. So, you know, I got Stockholm syndrome. Don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So he could have went 0 for 20. I was gonna say the white boy is gonna win. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a hey. You know what I'm saying? So just blame the Stockholm syndrome on me. Anyway, so if I'm being a whole buck out here. So it was, the game the only thing that was good about the game was Grambling at halftime. That's the only thing that was good about the game was damn near the band Grambling playing at halftime. That was the most exciting part of the game for me. I ain't even gonna hold you. That game, either the rules need to change. They need to open that thing up. I get it. No blitzes. I get it. All that. But it just needs to be opened a little bit more. All right. Just needs to be opened up a little bit more. That's just my personal opinion. The band was legit. I couldn't even fake. I can't fake. Now I see why. Now I understand why y'all Bama's come for the band. Because if you watching football like that, damn. Because I wouldn't put that on. Nobody. I wouldn't put that game on nobody. Absolutely nobody. All right. I wouldn't put that on my worst enemy to sit there and watch that game. if that's the kind of football y'all was watching in the SWAC. So if that's the kind of football y'all was watching in the SWAC, God help y'all, because that thing was gruesome. I'd never seen a football game feel like I'm watching paint dry. Like, I was waiting for the game to be over. I was like, yo, let's just do a running clock. Let's just do a running clock. Let's just do that. I think that would be a lot better if we just did a running clock. That's just me. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. So, once again, shout out to the production of everything. It was absolutely amazing from what I heard, from the reporters to the amenities to the stadium to everything. So everything surrounding the game at A1 high class, something you definitely want to be a part of. The actual football game, listen, y'all need to find, you can bring Coach Pugh back. I'm always good with a Coach Pugh, but please don't bring that FAMU staff back. Don't bring them Bamas back. Nah, you got to find somebody else. I don't care. I don't care. Listen. Didn't you hear? Spike don't care. Spike don't play with girls. You feel me? Like, you need to go find anybody. Anybody. All right, shoot. Give me the staff from Albany State, for Christ's sakes. Give me the staff from. Listen, just keep DT. Just make DT the permanent offensive coordinator. I don't care if he leave A&M. Just like, hey, man, you a black man. Come and be a part of this. Come back, practice some plays, do some stuff. Just make him you know how like in football, you have like a permanent quarterback? Just do like a permanent offensive coordinator, which would be permanently DT. That's how I would do it. That's just me. Because the rest of them Bamas, they not good. So. You know who on that Gaither staff was good? Did Gaither win? I think Gaither won. Yeah. So you know who on that Robinson staff was good? Nobody. Just saying. Just saying. That's all I'm saying. So, that thing was gruesome. So, just saying. Just saying. Hey. That just shows you how little creativity you actually need to win in the SWAC. But I'm petty. 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 Woo! That's all that tells me. That's all that tells me. You don't need much. You just listen. Just draw some plays up in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? You don't need much. That's all that tells me. Give me about 2 good players and a decent quarterback, and I can make it work. That's what that tells me. But teach his own. Teach his own. How did Keontae Hampton play? I didn't watch. They put him out he played well in the box. So when he was able to come downhill, play side to side, he did well. They got him out in coverage a few times. So he kind of got exposed in that, and he even said it in the if you go listen to Blue Blood's interview with Keontae, he even talks about it that they got him out in space a lot more than he was comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something he needs to work on, turning his hips, turning and running, and things like that with tight ends and wide receivers and things like that. But other than that, it wasn't that bad. I always think Keontae does pretty good. So. Y'all listen, y'all better be good because I'm on y'all bandwagon this year. So play around if you want to. Play around if you want to. I give y'all the same stipulations I gave Laxton State. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 games. You got 3 games to show me what you about. And in them 3 games, hey, listen. You know who those kickers were? Stevie Wonder and Rachel. Them Bama sucked. Yo, I had a better chance. I had a better chance of making them field goals than them boys. They were god awful. God awful. Jesus Christ, they was bad, man. Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles were the field goal kickers because they couldn't hit nothing. Come on, man. And listen, the standard is just, oh God. Oh man, just bad on all levels, man. I just wouldn't. Whew. Listen, and you know my slogan. Listen, if you don't like nothing I say, you know what you can do.
If I make you feel some type of way.
Listen, now you know how I feel. If you don't like what I gotta say, you can unfollow me. So that just is what it is, man. But who were the? I just told you who the kickers were: Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. They out there like this. You didn't see Ray Charles out there like this? That boy out there. Hold it steady. Hold it. He said, hold it steady. Oh, my stomach hurt. Oh man, I'm sorry. Oh man, but you know me. You know how I get down because I'm petty. I'm petty. Come on, man. I'm petty. Oh man. Oh, you would have. You would have made some big bucks, bro. Big bucks. Let me say this. If y'all, let me see. Nah, Scotty, you be on it even when the Rattlers got two here. True. Listen, this is my thing. If those Rattlers beat Laxton State first week, if y'all beat Laxton State at the Orange Blossom Classic, y'all can go 2 and whatever, all right, or 1-10 or 1-8. I don't give a damn. 3-8. I'm gonna be good. Because you know what I got? I'm gonna be like, but did you be? But if my team was so bad, but y'all couldn't beat them though. My bandwagon was so bad, but y'all couldn't beat them though. So yeah, I just need y'all to get one game. I don't care about nothing else they talking about. I just need, because listen, I picked them last year. They beat y'all, so I was good. You know what I'm saying? I'm on y'all bandwagon, so I'm going to pick y'all, hopefully, depending on how that quarterback situation gets. And listen, if that quarterback situation don't get situated, I ain't picking nobody. All right? I'm going to be the most neutral ass person you ever see in your life. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all can pull that game out, I'm gonna be pretty ecstatic. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would be pretty ecstatic. Oh man, could have done it. Yo, that's no lie, Miss Glenn. That is no lie. Bama's they ain't got no. They didn't even have a rush. That's the thing. They didn't even have a rush, and they still couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Sad, bro. Just sad. Oh, not never. Oh, no, you couldn't pay me to be on that thing again. You couldn't pay me to ride that ride. I'm too big for that ride. So, yeah. Listen, I'll pick UAPB before I pick y'all again. I'll pick Valley before I pick y'all again. Matter of fact, if we go and listen, I'll pick Bethune-Cookman before I get back on that ride again. Nah, I'm good, boy. I'm good, homie. All right, you know what listen. You know what you can do. You can keep that. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Yeah, I'll pick UAPB before I go back to that ride. Negative. You know what I'm saying? So I'll pick. He said, yeah. I'll pick all those schools before I jump back on your bandwagon, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, that wouldn't shit. Yeah, miss me with that. I'm good over here. Listen, Jesus said the first shall be last and the last should be first. Because look, this is how I look at it. If I jump on UAPB or Bethune once Deion Jesus Christ Jr. leaves, y'all gonna be right there with him. y'all gonna be right there with him. So as soon as Deion Sanders Christ Jr. leaves, y'all gonna be right back in the barrel with them. So it's gonna be really competitive.
Not be picking Jackson State as a bandwagon team. They are permanently disqualified.
Permanently.
They have been moved to second cousins.
Second cousins. We don't date second cousins.
Because of the tailgate. But
Yeah.
as far as bandwagonism, y'all have OFFScript. Keep her happy.
Oh yeah, my mom riding with y'all heavy, bro.
But as for these scripts, we will not, and I repeat, will not be on Laxton State's bandwagon. I spoke to God about it, and He is not pleased. Therefore, as of today and for this season, we're gonna stand from the highest of the 7 hills. Is that it, honey?
Yeah, highest 7 to 7.
The highest of 7 hills. Yeah. And even if it doesn't work out with them, Grambling's black and gold.
Hey, that looking real nice.
Looks real nice.
Looks real.
Ain't no Alcorn State gear.
Shout out to Mr. Reynolds. Shout out to Mr. Reynolds.
It's a no for me, big dog.
And you heard it. Listen, and when I tell you she talks to God, she legit talks to God. All right. So that's word on my mother. That's word on mother. So yeah, but yeah, my mom. Oh yeah, my mom. She riding with y'all. Oh yeah, oh man, listen, my mom, boy, you would thought she went to Jackson State. I'm sorry, Laxton State. You thought she went to Laxton State. She be riding hard. So yeah, y'all good with her. Y'all good. Hey, listen, that Alcorn hoodie, story time. All right, story time. Let me tell you, right? So listen, you know, we like she gets a lot of her mail at my place, right? So she been getting like for the last like 3 weeks, like she's been getting nothing but packages. Like she been buying, you know how women do on Amazon. That's what they do. So she been buying nothing but packages, right? So I finally get some packages. I'm like, oh yeah, baby. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, I finally got a package. I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, she brushes me off like, yeah, whatever, shut up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm opening it up. And like I open it up, I'm like, okay, I got like packages within packages. I'm like, oh, this is nice, right? So Mr. Reynolds packages. Babe, can you bring me the stuff on the table, please? So Mr. Reynolds, who's an Alcorn State grad, right? This the first thing that comes out the box, right? Right? So I'm gonna read it to you. This the first thing, no lie. Got the watermark, got the seal and everything, right? So it says, Miss OFFScript, we would like for you to sign with the best school in the SWAC, the prestigious Alcorn State University, where the air is cleaner, the grass is greener, and the water is just a little bit sweeter. We know you are loyal. That's why we sending you this crown royal. Be at the top of the SWAC and stand with Coach Mack, right? So this is what is it got a sign and date and all that type of stuff, right? So I'm like, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? That's real cute. So we go a little deeper. So he sends her the Crown Royal Peach, right? So he sends her this. I'm like, okay, that's for her because everybody know I don't drink. So the hoodie is on top of that, right? So I handed her Crown Royal. So I'm like, oh, he got me a hoodie. Okay. So I'm opening up the hoodie and I'm like, I stretch it out. I'm like, oh, this is nice, right? I look at the tag. It's a large. Boy, you talking about mad? She's like, yes.
Miss Glenn, it was almost a replay.
It was
almost a replay. It just was not public. But oh my gosh, when he read that large, and I saw what it was, so I was just waiting for the dun dun dun. The sweetest. I don't even like Sade.
I was hot.
Yeah.
Boy, I was hot. You talking about hot as fish grease hot. I tossed that thing to her. She was like, yes, it's mine. And then she was wearing it. She was wearing it around the whole day and stuff like that, bragging or whatever. I was like, man, whatever. So the rest of the packages weren't for me either. So like they weren't. I thought they were for me. Listen, listen. I know you. Listen, if you send something to off script, send it. It says off script, not the scripts. If you're sending something to us, put scripts, okay? If you're sending something to me, all right, stop being weird to me, all right? If you're sending something to me, put off script. If you put something to her, you know what I'm saying, do miss script or something like that, or abbreviations or something, you know, parentheses or something. Like, don't get me all hyped up, Jaron Reynolds, and nothing in the boxes for me. You know what I'm saying? What kind of foolishness is that? You know what I'm saying? So, man, all right, whatever. That's just my point of view. So, yeah, to each his own. All right, next up. All-Star Dunk Contest. Listen. I want to show you the participants in the All-Star Dunk Contest, okay? And you tell me if you've seen them before. All right? You tell me if you've seen these guys before. These are the participants. These are the participants in the 2022 Dunk Contest. And you tell me if you've seen them before. Because that jank was trash. La basura. That jank was horrible. I'm like, what if hey, if y'all want to steal this for Twitter, you're more than welcome to steal this. But it's just horrible. And then who's the kid from the Warriors? Who is that guy? I don't even know who he is. Like, what are we doing? So I don't give a damn where he played his basketball at, Dayton. That was trash. I agree. I thought Jalen Green, if I was a betting man, I thought Jalen Green was going to win because he is super explosive. Oh, man, that's a good. The dunk contest. Now, over the period of time, it'll be Willie Simmons play calling. If you want to talk about over years of time, it'll be Willie Simmons play calling. But as of today, like right now, the Legacy Bowl play calling or the All-Star Dunk Contest by far. Dunk contest by far. Okay, not even a question, not even a thought. Listen, that's just undebatable. Definitely the dunk contest. It was absolutely trash. Hey, get off my nephew, Jalen. Hey, he's good. I thought Jalen was going to win, if I'm being honest. I like Jalen Green. I think out of all the players, he's the best player. But in the dunk contest, he wasn't good. He wasn't good. But hey, man, I'd love to get your nephew on the channel. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Love to talk about it. All right. And listen, bro. This dude, Cole Anthony, need to sit down somewhere. You dunking in Tim's? You dunking in Tim's? That was it. Bama's have jumped over cars. You dunking in Tim's? That's what we doing. That's the newness in 2022. Oh, I'm a dunking Tim's. Really? The people in your team need to be smacked. If you was like, yo, I got it. Hey, listen, I'm a dunking Tim's. You're not in. Listen, first of all, you got to know your audience. You're in Cleveland, Ohio. You're not at the Madison Square Garden, all right? If you're at Madison Square Garden and you want to put on Tim's and dunk, the audience is going to be with you because that's the culture in New York, Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? The Tim's, the lemon pepper steppers, all right? Know your audience. Cleveland, Ohio don't have shit to do with Tim's. What are you doing? Know your audience. Now, if you want to put a LeBron James, if you want to go like St. Mary, St. Vincent, you want to bring out that jersey and do a LeBron tomahawk dunk or revert. Okay, that's knowing your audience. That's showing respect. First of all, let me see, y'all Bama's need real counseling right now. Okay, let me show you how you get the crowd on their feet. Let me show you how you get your crowd on the feet. You pull out the old St. Mary, St. Vincent jersey, right? You get them up on their feet. You know what I'm saying? You know Bama's going to stand up because now you got LeBron. Now you got LeBron on his feet. So you already know he going to give you credit for whatever you do, but it got to be a LeBron dunk. You know what I'm saying? So it's either the tomahawk that he usually does or his signature reverse dunk. You know what I'm saying? You know you're going to get a 10 for presentation. All you got to do is complete the actual dunk. If you complete the actual dunk, you're going to get a 9 or a 10 off presentation, retro, and completion of the dunk. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know your audience. For you to bring out Tim's in Ohio, that makes no sense. I don't give a damn if you'd have jumped for the free throw line, that would have been something. I ain't even gonna lie. If you would have jumped from the free throw line in Tim's, yeah, that would have been crazy. I would have, that would have been wild. But that one I would have definitely had to do. That would have been dope. That would have been dope. John Cho. First of all, listen, man. Nobody's gonna bring out chopsticks and try to dunk the ball with it. So I know you don't understand presentations. All right. I know you don't understand presentation, but presentation has a lot to do with the dunk contest. That's why Juwan Howard got the cape. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you go retro jersey or you go the Reebok pumps. It's presentation. It's, if you go old Vince Carter jersey and you do a Vince Carter dunk, that's part of the presentation, my boy. So listen, if somebody wanted to go John Cho for them, they'll bring out the chopsticks, pick the ball up, and dunk it. That's representation for you, okay? That's how presentation works. So stop it, sir. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about, all right? Presentation has a lot to do with, you know what I'm saying, the dunk contest. That's what you do. So come on, man. I'm just saying, stop it. You're lying to yourself. You're definitely lying to yourself. All right. Last but not least. Macy Gray. Listen. That she needs to never come back. She needs to never come back. Not never. Don't ever step foot in an arena again to sing the national anthem. Don't do it. Man, listen. Absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Who thought that was a good idea to bring this lady on? That's the sad part about it. Let me get this video file because it's just ridiculous. Pure ridiculousness. Let me move this over here. Load this up. Just pure ridiculousness. This is Macy. This is Macy Gray. I didn't even know she was still alive.
And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting, and air getting moved through the night. That off.
Come on, man. What we doing? What are we doing? Stop it. You bet not never. I know my daughter's like, Daddy, that is too many double negatives. Bet not never do it again. And I bet not ever see her step. Man, listen.
Macy Gray.
Oh, here we go. I got the whole video. Oh, yeah, I got the whole video. Y'all going to enjoy this. Yes, sirree. As my granddad used to say, yes, sirree.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land?
No, hold on. No, she didn't pull that mic away like she just was killing it. What is this? She pulled that mic away like she was like, you hear me? You hear me? I'm killing this thing. You, ma'am. Ma'am, you killing something, but it ain't the song. You killing something, but it ain't the song. She pulled that mic away like you know who I am. No, I don't. No, I do not. Oh man, hold on. Let me rewind that. That was too funny. I just noticed that.
Or the land of the free and the home of the brave.
She didn't even hold the break. Listen, you got Whitney holding that J for like 20 minutes. That lady said, and the home of the brave. Yo, what is we doing? What is we doing? Oh, man. Oh, he said whoever. Yo, Nathaniel, I so agree, bro. I so agree. Whoever was like, yo, now mind you, okay, so let me give you some backstory on this, right? Let me give you a little backstory. So she is actually from Canton, Ohio. All right, she is from Ohio, so that's why they went with her as the representative from Ohio, and that's what they usually do. They try to get somebody from the area. But man, you could have got a choir. Who else? Who? You could have got the OJs. Yeah, that would have been nice. A nice little try. What they call them? Trifectas? Tri groups? Yeah. You could have got. They would have been out there like, for the love of money. You know what I'm saying? You get it, man. You got them OJs. That would have been nice. That would have been lovely. But yeah, whoever decided this should have been fired. Absolutely fired. Matter of fact, I would have called them up like, hey, man, don't even come to work on Tuesday. Because, you know, Monday's off. Monday's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, you are more than welcome to just go ahead. Just go ahead and go get your box. Go ahead and get your box and, you know, go ahead and scurry on along. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that was just, whoo. Hey, man, them OJs would have killed it. Them OJs would have killed it, boy. They'd be like, for the love of money. Yeah, I would have enjoyed that. I would have purely enjoyed it. So let me see. I'm gonna do. Somebody said that the Fergie one was worse. So let me see. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna play the Fergie one. I want to see the difference. All right, let me see. Blow this up real quick. Oh yeah, that's ooh. I don't know about that one. That ain't it. That might not be it. Hold on. Somebody said, bro, get Carl Lewis. I'm gonna check that one out. All right, let me see this one. Somebody said she looked like Frederick Douglass. Why won't this Jake play? My internet is acting up. Oh, man. Let me see. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I got it. I found it. Okay, here we go.
You see, boy.
Don't do this to me, internet. Man, they trying to stop my fun, man. They trying to stop my shine, bro. Damn, Spectrum trying to stop my shine. Let me refresh this. Yeah, internet trying to stop my shine. All right. But yep, that was it. So it was like, what? Spectrum strikes again. Legitimately, bro. Legitimately. Oh my God, legitimately, man. So let me see. Let me see what we got here. I forgot they make. Yeah, they did a remix to that, Jay. What? Yeah, that thing was pretty funny. Let me see. Everything. It's funny how everything else wants to work for me, but that won't work. Let me see. All right, here we go. I think I got one. I think Spectrum came through for me on one. Let me see. Nope, still didn't come through for me. All right. Call lines open 516-259-9041. 516-259-9041. Call lines open. You can talk about any topics today, anything you guys want to talk about. If not, I'm about to get up out of here. Internet, just keep you from playing Carl Lewis because it's Black History when we try and forget that atrocious L. I'm gonna see if I can find the Carl Lewis joint. Let me see, Carl Lewis.
Oh, say, can you see and the rockets?
And the Rockets. Ooh, wow. All right, here we go. Let me get with Mr. Ford. Then I got you, Jay. Hey, Mr. Ford, talk to me.
Listen, the worst national anthem was probably by Roseanne Barr. I don't know if you remember that.
Mm-mm.
That was back in the 90s. She did one that was just totally disrespectful. Somebody put in your chat, they said they thought the OJs was out of Philadelphia. No, they recorded out of Philadelphia with two guys named Gamble and Huff. It was called The Sound of Philadelphia, TSOP. But Eddie Levert and his son, back in the 90s, they were constantly performing with Central State. They were the Central State Marauders. They used to always perform with their band. They are originally from Ohio, but their performing and all of that came out of Philadelphia under Gamble and Huff. If you ever get a chance, look, they still living. They were awesome, man. They controlled black music during the 70s. They took over after Motown kind of went down. That's when the Sound of Philadelphia took over. That was Teddy Pendergrass, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, the Jones Girls, the OJs. I tell you who they trained. Y'all done forgot them. It was two white boys called Hall and Oates. Gamble and Huff trained them two white boys. They both them two white boys was at Temple University, but they understood that the best music in America was coming from Gamble and Huff. All right, now somebody said, ask Mr. Ford, what did he think about North Carolina A&T going to the CAA? Let me say this to y'all quickly. You people from North Carolina A&T, this man, Earl Hinton, or Hilton, or whatever his name is, misleading you. He put you in that hillbilly conference down there called the Big South. Now he done put you in the CAA where you're not going to be able to compete because you don't have that kind of money. What the alumni and the students need to do
is to protest and boycott until you can get back into the MEAC, because they're going to destroy every program you got in that darn gone CAA. You don't belong in the CAA. You don't have that kind of money. Okay, Mr. Ford, what do you think about the MEAC commissioner's statement? Now, Scotty, what was the statement?
I'm trying to find the statement as people have been bringing it up. I haven't found it, but if I get it and you want to call back when I get it,
you get it. I'm watching. Listen, I'm off today. This is President's Day. Now, let me say this right here. That Macy Gray, that represents drug abuse. That's all that is. Macy Gray equals drug abuse. The reason they pick her, she's in that clique out there in Hollywood. If you ever notice, she still is in every movie. Okay, white or black, Macy Gray gets in. Okay, so that's what that is. Macy Gray equals drug abuse. Okay, let's see what else you got. There's something else I was going to tell you, Scotty. Oh, let me just say this about the Juwan Howard thing. See, back in the 90s, when they used to always tell us, back then I was coaching basketball, they used to try to tell us that Rick Pitino was the greatest coach and all. And I liked some of the things, especially I loved his traps and his presses. But let me tell you what used to get me with Rick Pitino. I didn't like the fact that he would lose his composure during the game. And I'm sad to say that's what happened to Juwan. Juwan lost his composure. Now, we were always taught when I played, now, Scott, I didn't play basketball. I played football and baseball. Mm-hmm. And what they used to always tell us, watch your opponent. If they lose their composure, you on the road to victory. And that's that's how I coached. That's how I played. We were always looking to see if the team was about to, they start fussing against each other and start going against each other. Yeah. Our coach told us that meant that they had lost their composure. And that's what we were always looking for. And that's what happened to Juwan. Now, all this about him getting fired, no, I don't think he should. Listen, Bobby Knight did 10 times worse than that. Bobby Knight said the women should enjoy rape. Bobby Knight walked around for years with a whip like what used to beat our ancestors with. Mm-hmm. I saw him throw a chair across the floor. Facts. I saw him cuss out administrators. So, no, I don't think he should be fired. But, yeah, I know it's going to be some repercussions, but I don't think he should be fired or anything like that. Scotty, I know somebody had a question. It said, Mr. Ford, what about Coach Mo Williams at Alabama State at the FAMU game? Tell me about that. What happened?
He lost his composure during, I think it was overtime. He was trying to go fight. He wasn't trying to fight, but he was trying to either trying to be confrontational with a referee and the coaches had to restrain him, or he was trying to get with the other coach. I don't know the particulars.
Oh yeah. See, let me tell you something about coaching. Just because you were a great player, that don't mean you're gonna be a great coach. Okay. Let me tell you something. I watched it. You remember Jerry West? Yeah. Remember Jerry West was the general manager? The icon. He was a complete failure as a coach, but he's one of the greatest general managers in NBA history. Everybody can't coach because one of the things that coaching calls for, and most people don't have, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. That's why I'm telling y'all now, yeah, we say that Dion is the top coach in the SWAC right now, but Hugh gonna take that because Hugh is patient. Okay, and very few coaches today they have no patience, and that's what's happening. But now let me just tell you this: I love the fact that Alabama State went out and got that boy, that guy that played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now let me tell you what I want. I want Jackson State. If Michigan fires Juwan Howard, I want Ashley Robinson to bring Juwan to Jackson, because I want to see some big time coaches at those SWAC basketball schools. Okay, when we lost Mike Davis at Texas Southern, we lost a giant. He was a great coach. Okay, mm-hmm. But I want us to go out and get some better basketball coaches in the SWAC. Now I love that boy down there. I told you this. I love that guy down there at Southern. His name is Sean Woods. Is that right? What's his name?
I don't know his name. The basketball coach? I don't know.
Yeah, I love that guy at Southern, man. He played for Rick Pitino at Kentucky. He's good. Scott, I know you got a lot of calls. Did you have any questions for me before I go?
Negative, Mr. Ford. But if I get that article for the MEAC commissioner, I'll definitely I'll be waiting for you to call
back. And I'll call back.
All right, too easy, Mr. Ford. Appreciate it.
Okay, have a good evening.
You too. Right. Bye-bye. I tried to get it for you guys, but it's clearly not working. Let's go. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's up, JB?
I'm enjoying your show right now, as usual. Man, check this out. First of all, I got a few things to discuss. Once again, the Macy Gray thing. I think that Eddie Kane Jr. is rolling over in his grave right now, and the freaking guy ain't even dead yet. I mean, that's just 5 heartbeats times 30. I mean, my goodness, bro. What was that all about?
I have no idea, bro.
I'm so hurting right now. I'm hurting right now, man. I really am. I saw some highlights of the HBCU Legacy Bowl game. And let me ask you this question first. What do you think, because we're very, very big on these games and stuff like that. We're very, very big on like having these all-star games. Do you think these games hurt us or help us? Because we like having the games on television, but like I said earlier, the quality of play, does that really help us get our cause out? Like, does this really show HBCU football in a good light?
I think you see it with the skill players, but it's hard to, it's all like the pool is so small, you know what I'm saying, of HBCU player, HBCU schools that you feel can build a team, because once again, the trenches are the worst part of HBCU football. Now with the influx of talent that is coming in the transfer portal, you might get it might get better with the offensive line play. I think skill position wise, I think it's absolutely, great. You know what I'm saying? Skill position wise, you can find great talent, D2, D1 AA. You can find it there. For me, it's the coaching and the offensive line. Those are the two biggest factors that need to change: the coaching and the offensive line. So if you can grow the offensive line, you can get talent in that position. And then it just comes down to coaching, being creative. I mean, like, listen, it's not about you winning the game. Like, that's what this is. I hate when coaches coach the game like they're trying to win, bro. Like, listen, do it like the All-Star game. The first 2 quarters, just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Do some reverses, do some light and fluffy stuff to get the kids involved, change people's positions, make it fun. And then if the 3rd or 4th quarter, you want to go at it and make it a real game, that's cool too. But it's just a lack of play calling and the excitement in the play calling that, to me, led to the failure of the actual football game of the Legacy Bowl.
Gotcha. And then the third part was, third one talked to you about was about the statement that the MEAC commissioner gave. I just texted you a screenshot of what her actual quote was. But the tail part of that quote talked about something about assimilation into a majority white conference. Now, this is the part that I find interesting about her statement. No one's going to talk about the fact that she got her degree from Old Dominion, which is a PWI.
Talk about
She got her master's degree, and she got her master's degree from Hampton, who, by the way, is one of those schools that, quote unquote, wanted to join in all white conference. Now, I'll go one step further with this. The MEAC has lost 4 schools. At least 4 schools, yes, as to other FCS levels. 4 schools already. A&T, Hampton, FAMU, and of course BCU.
Yep.
So if we're just going to take shots at those at A&T, which is fine, but at the same time, I want you to talk about all the schools that get upset. I mean, the funny thing is that this is like somebody who's upset not because her husband left her, but because her husband left her for a white chick. Is this about leaving or is this about who you left to? And the man needs to get his own act in order before anything else. Get your own house in order before trying to diss other schools for making decisions. Maybe, just maybe, you want the best fit for them.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
No problem. Hey, appreciate the call, JB.
No problem. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I agree with JB on the fact of it's real funny when people want to be like, oh, HBCU this, HBCU that, and they be like, bro, but you didn't graduate. She didn't graduate from HBCU. I don't see no pushback on her. You know what I'm saying, Miss Sanja? Let me see. We are sure that A&T made the choice that is appropriate for them at this time. We are just as strong and competitive as we were before. We can still give our fans the competitive, great games that we've always given without feeling like we have to assimilate to predominantly white conferences. Woo. My thing is this, if I'm being honest, this looks bad on the SWAC. If I'm being a whole buck, and I know people are like, yo, how is that going to look bad on SWAC? Because a team that has damn near 6 teams beat you to sleep in the Celebration Bowl. And I have it on good authority. That there were some inner workings in the back that if no, it does. It makes you look really bad. It makes your football look bad. So miss me with that. To me, it's like this, right? That I have it on good authority that if the MEAC would have lost this game, that the higher ups that do the Celebration Bowl would have try to find a way to do it as a playoff system instead of an automatic bid for the second team, right? So the only automatic bid would have came from the SWAC division, and then it would have been opened up to any HBCU to be the secondary team. So the best record of a secondary team would have probably made it to, and this is all speculation. I've heard it from a couple people, but that's what they were looking to do. So in the fact that the MEAC team won the Celebration Bowl, kind of pushed that to the back, because now they're like, is the MEAC really that bad? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody assumed, except me, that they were going to lose that game, and that the excitement that the SWAC was bringing because of Dion would have propelled this playoff system to be in place, because nobody wants to see a MEAC team automatic bid of 6 teams go into a bowl game. That's what everybody was thinking. But if you come in with excitement with the SWAC having an automatic bid, and then you open up the back end to that to any HBCU school, you bring in more excitement, because now those 9-2, 8-3 records, those 9-2 records, those 10-1 records, they all mean something. You know what I'm saying? They like, even if that means Hampton would have been able to come to the bowl. North Carolina A&T would have been able to go to the bowl. Tennessee State would have been able to. So the best team, no matter what conference, HBCU team would have been able to come into the Celebration Bowl. That's how that thing would have opened up. Hey, what's up, Smash? Talk to me.
Man, listen, bro. All that is bullshit. I'm just telling you just from how we feel. Okay, like we was talking about the other day on the live, Scotty. Honestly, bro, to the SWAC and to the new 2 people who just joined the SWAC, because that fucking weak ass MEAC conference was some BS and it was just garbage. You know what I'm saying? Let's take Fannie Bethune-Cookman out the SWAC for a second, right? This Celebration Bowl ain't been here that long. It really don't mean that much to us. You know? You know what I'm saying? Now that it's popping and it's popular, okay, they want the money, you know what I'm saying? But like before that, we didn't care about them damn Celebration Bowl. Like they really, we was just fine without it. Now that we got 2 more teams to the Celebration Bowl, let's say they stop the Celebration Bowl today or tomorrow. Let's just say that. Who is gonna affect more, the SWAC or the MEAC?
The MEAC.
Why?
Because they don't have
like, well, balls. There you go. So we can give a hell less about it, for real. So that's a good prediction that you say it may have came into a playoff bracket, which I would like to see, but nevertheless, we don't really care about it that much. It's becoming more and more popular before our eyes because of the hype of it, for real.
Bro, this is
just fine without it. And let me tell you about how we feel about A&T. A&T gonna be in the same, huh?
I don't get y'all, man. Y'all, listen, I thought it was just Laxton State fans that moved the goalposts. I don't understand y'all, because you don't want to play. Wait, I'll let you go. You don't want to play in the playoffs because it doesn't bring you any financial gain. Then the Celebration Bowl gets made for you to have a financial gain. Now that doesn't mean anything. Now that's pointless. Make that make sense to me.
You taking the words?
That's what you said.
You taking the words and switching it. No. Listen, you said like it doesn't. We playing it, of course, but like you acting like the way they stating it is like it meant something. Like we was just fine without it. You know what I'm saying? So to make a statement like it makes them look bad because it saved them versus us, like you add 2 more teams to the SWAC, we damn near can have our own shit. You know, like a playoff and a fucking bowl game for real. Like if the SWAC just keep getting bigger. Oh, not hard to get football.
But why, other than your names, Smash? Let's be real, bro. Other than your names, there's only one team that's won this the Celebration Bowl from the SWAC, and that's Grambling. And they had an amazing team, and they only won by 1 point. So if we're being honest, your football is not better than the MEAC. Now your names are bigger than listen. Your names might be bigger than the MEAC, but your football is not bigger, because when in the biggest game you lose.
Got it. Okay, listen. Okay, we never, one thing you never heard from me, or you never heard from like too many SWACs, because like everybody, this whole new wave. The MEAC team's been good for a long time. We never deny that. I don't know if we never deny that. If you're a SWAC fan and say MEAC teams haven't been good, you bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about me. I'm gonna keep it gusto with you. I never talk about how not good MEAC teams was. That's why I always like the FAMU and like NCAT games. NCAT was dominating the damn conference, which I think they should have. NCAT could have saved the conference alone. That's a whole nother story for another day. But you talk about names, then I don't even talk about name. I'm gonna bring more people than you regardless to any game we play. You know what I'm saying? So like, even though you said like, and we had some dominant ass teams, but they just been good. And for the celebration board, this was NCAT was holding it down for all them damn years. Forever, if you think about it, NCAT left South Carolina State, the next best thing up. Okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? They win it, whatever. But what I'm saying is like, because I won't get to it before I say, like, it really wasn't. It wasn't our saving grace. It wasn't. It was theirs. It wasn't ours. It was theirs. Also say that they should find another way for them to play a championship game for somebody to go to the damn celebration bowl. So let me get to this NCAT situation right quick. I feel like they're gonna be like they're gonna be the Tennessee State situation soon. Like, they keep bouncing around to these damn conferences and going to the CIAA. Like, you really think she really sit up here and say her games are gonna be the same, like just as entertaining playing in that conference? Boy, they're gonna be just as whack. I'm telling you, how much you want to bet in less than 6 years? If you're gonna be around 6 years, that they're gonna be considering going back to the MEAC. You wanna make that bet?
Listen, man.
We'll make that bet, because it ain't been that long since it's been in the Big South.
That's I mean, listen, I know I get what you're saying, and I can agree. Listen, I need you to understand, I can agree with certain points, but this is the point that I think SWAC fans and you have a hard time understanding. Attendance does not equate competition. Attendance does not equate good football. I don't give a damn if you can pack an $80,000 stadium or 80,000 seat stadium. Just because there's interest on your team does not mean your football is good. Your football is not good because you consistently get your butt whooped by a MEAC team in the biggest game of the year that pays you as a bowl game.
More games than them, and
that has nothing to do with nothing. They play. Listen, bro. It has It has nothing to do with nothing, because it can go both ways. They have 2 or 3 weeks off. You can say they came in rusty. You have 1 week off. You can say you came in injured. Everybody has an excuse, bro. Everybody can use an excuse. Do you go out and win the game? Yes or no? It's just that simple. You don't. You guys don't. Now, this is my thing with the SWAC.
You think they're playing the game? They want to play this opposite another game, and we want to have another chance to play. But at the same time, I think it's more the money than the game. For real. If you ask me, like, the SWAC is straight without it. Like, my thing is, I don't, Scotty, I get what you're saying. I don't want you to think I don't get you. Like, you understand what I'm saying, and you basically saying the competition. Let's be real here, since you know SWAC fans here. If I had a choice to pack every game of the season than to play another school that we are more competition, which one you think you want to play? Which one you think?
I know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna pack out a stadium.
Which one gonna benefit the school more?
Packing out a stadium.
Are we cooking with grease now, Scott? What? I get exactly what you're
once again.
I do. I'm not.
Once again, Smash, you're not saying anything I won't agree with you on. I'm just telling you, attendance doesn't mean good football. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, you can, like I said, you can pack out an 80,000 seat stadium, which if Southern and Jackson State played at the New Orleans Dome, which you should have instead of,
it's gonna be crazy.
What you should have done instead of going to Birmingham. But if that happens, that's great.
I agree.
Does it mean the football is good? That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean the football is good.
I think it can.
I know it won't.
Let's say, for instance, I think, bro, listen, I gotta go Mr. Campbell on you. You know what I'm saying? You act like, bro, like when you say good football, I just like when you say, oh, not because of the MEAC, bro, like they're okay. You know what I'm saying? I rock with them because they're HBCU. The only reason why I rock with them. But it's like you acting like when we say good football is just playing the level up. And even when, let's say for instance, if the SWAC, like let's say if Jackson won the Celebration Bowl this year, you know what y'all still gonna say? They didn't play anybody. It's not good football. So it's like we can't win or lose when it comes down to this damn this whole trying to appease or trying to please go to the next level. Because
I don't ever listen, bro. I don't value you having to play an FBS opponent to make your value of football. You won't even play Bama's in your. I respect the fact that y'all played McNeese and y'all barely lost. Like that's respectable. If you, I mean, you know, A&M playing Austin P, if they lose by 3 or lose by 5, that's respectable. I just want the attempt. The attempt is all I care about, because out of 3 out-of-conference games, you tell me you can't give me one decent out-of-conference game. You can't schedule a Southeast Louisiana. You can't schedule a Nichols. You can't schedule a McNeese. You can't schedule, you know, any of these FCS programs that are in. Bro, that's like, let me tell you what you're. Let me tell you what you're doing. That's
they in your backyard. They in your backyard.
Come on. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
So that's my issue. I'm not asking you guys to go beat LSU. I'm not asking you guys to go beat a lower level FBS team, because I know what the out is always going to be. Scotty, they got more scholarships than us. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, cool. But the people that are in the same boat as you, football wise, because all y'all going to talk about, oh, they got more money than us. That ain't got shit to do with football. It don't, because at the end of the day, no. At the end of the day, coaching matters. At the end of the day, play calling matters. At the end of the day, recruiting matters. So what are we doing? Because you got a Bowie State competing with other white PWIs at that level and are beating them. So make that make sense to me. But does that not
at the white? How many people? Listen, I'm still in line. At the white PWIs, how many people going to that the Bowie State? Like my thing is, bro. Like you Scotty, like talent is switched a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So it really sometimes the better team don't win. You know what I'm saying?
That's
sometimes
true.
It do come down to
That's true.
coaches and play callers.
That's true.
Say that. So what
you're right. I said that's true. That's true.
Yeah, and what I'm just saying is, bro, I just feel like I know for sure if let's say if Jackson State or anybody put Southeast on their schedule, let's say they beat the break and lose to the rest of the SWAC, they still they're not gonna be able to win for losing, because they're like, y'all beat Southeast but can't beat the SWAC schools. Come on, bro, the one game you asked for. I swear Jackson State, I like the Jackson State approach. They say, you know what? Them playing out of conference games don't help us in goal, besides making it seem like for the people to say we played somebody no, we try to win what we have on our plate. One step at a time is all I'm saying, Scott. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, about how they cap about this damn moving conference stuff, the in-catch stuff, about it, I've been sitting live and talking about it. Like, Doc, no, they will be back soon. You know, I don't know what kind of goal they're setting, and it's just, I guess how Blue just said in the comments, they trying to become a bigger and better football conference. God, I hate to say this, bro, and I don't want to. At the end of the day, they're HBCU. You know how they feel about HBCU, Doc. You know, son.
This is my thing. This shows you how bad your football is, and anybody can get on here and we can talk about it, whatever. North Carolina A&T was running through the MEAC. They went to the Big South and got drugged. Like that shows you that your football is not that good. So if any SWAC school went to a white, including Laxton State, if you guys took your butt to the Southland Conference when they only really got 3 power teams, if we're being honest, they only got 3 power teams. You take your butt over to the Southland Conference, Southern, Laxton State, all you guys, all the top 4, fam. You go to Southland, you'll get drugged. You would get drugged. That tells me your football is not good. You didn't go up. You didn't go up in a conference.
Let's go down to Campbell. Yeah, down to Campbell. If when we go get drugged by the bigger conferences, what kind of them players are you playing against are? 9 times out of 10.
White,
black, right? White,
black. They all black.
You see LSU teams was that. So let's go with the goal.
How about we go with FCS? Stay in your own division. Stay at FCS. Stay at FCS. Go to McNeese.
Oh, you don't see a McNeese team? And right there, Lake Charles, black. Most of them players probably can't get into LSU, can't get into the biggest school, or they did have grades or something like that. They're a bigger hybrid team of that. all black. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, bro, like I just feel as though they good to them, to those to LSU and to the big schools. They suck. Their football is not all that. So, and you swing it, it's like you're saying the same thing. They feel like we getting the shut in because we not doing the focus on us. But Southeastern compared to Notre Dame, you know what I'm saying, Wake Forest, they get their ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, what is that's it's just like we can't win for losing. You feel what I'm saying, bro?
No, I don't.
I get what you're saying.
Listen, I get all the other stuff about money, and I've always stated the fact. This is my, and I'm gonna state this fact. I always say, listen, I understand you got to go get your money. Money, and me and Mr. Campbell have this argument all the time. He's like, Scotty, it's not the same. We got obstacles. We got money. People don't want to pay us. Blah, 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 blah. I get all that. So when it comes down to just packing out stadiums and getting money, I'll say, okay, I'm gonna just sit back and just say, okay, do I not like that you don't want to compete? No, I don't like that. But at the end of the day, I know you got to do what's best. It's like a single parent. It's like a single mom. Listen, do you want to work 2 jobs? Do you want to work 2 jobs? And you can't see your kids? No, but you have to do what you got to do because you got to take care of them. So I get it. Do you not want to do? I just don't think y'all want to compete. If I'm being completely honest, if I'm being 100%,
I see that, and that's what I don't agree. That's the only part I don't agree on.
But to me,
but it's sometimes completely. If with you guys, quote unquote, competing, like for example, they schedule this year, like all y'all saying is they schedule track, they don't have nobody but swag schools, and you know how I say how we playing fucking for the Memorial, get them out to another black school because Scott, I think we do need to hop on that too, son. I feel like we talk about HBCUs and preserving this shit and the spotlight on it, but all we talk about is the swag.
But Smash,
all we talking about is the swag.
Smash. There's 3 out of conference games. The other 2 can be for black schools. Give me 1 with competition. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for too much. Even if there's 2 games, give me 1 cupcake for your homecoming, because that's what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And then give me 1 competitive game. I'm not asking for much, Smash. Listen, I feel like a girlfriend asking to get flowers on Valentine's Day. I don't ask you no other time, but I'm asking on Valentine's Day, can you give me some flowers? That's all I'm asking. 1 day. That's how I feel. That's how I feel because there's 2 other games. If there's 3 games and out of the other 2, you want to have another HBCU team for their money game, or you want to give them spotlight, that's fine. I'm not saying that's not okay. Do what you do, but 1 game that is in your FCS conference that you're going to be like, yo, we want to go out and show you we can beat other people. That's all I'm asking. 1 game. And listen, there's 3 games, so you can have the money game, which will be LSU, the 1 game for FCS, and then the 1 game for an HBCU. They all, I'm everything you're asking of me, I'm hitting. So then what's the excuse then? Because you still have a game for the HBCU to give back. You still have the money game with LSU to get your paycheck, and I'm asking you to go out and compete. That's all I'm asking you to do is go out and compete. So what's the excuse?
What happened when God, I hope it happened. What happened when like Alcorn got that nice schedule? What happened if they beat the brakes off all the teams besides the Swice team and lose to all the teams they all broke or something like that? What's you gonna say about this season at the end of the year?
So if they beat Stephen F. Austin, if they beat another FCS team, but they lose to every team in the SWAC, that's what you're saying?
So how you give me this season in review?
Football. Okay, so first of all, football is not transformative, like transitive. It's not transitive. So if you beat a Stephen F. Austin, I'm gonna be happy that you beat an out of conference team. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. Okay, cool. So in my mind, I'm not thinking that you are going to lose every game or have a losing record in your conference. You could, but that also includes injuries. Yeah, it's so much to football.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, it's so much to football. Go ahead, Smash. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say if a team schedule won the 2nd week of the season and won like the 7th week of the season, they beat the 2nd week, and then they be all broke up, shake back, and they beat the next week, but they lose all the games. So can we say that was a respectable team, or they was ass because they lost the people less than them? They pulled the old school Saints or something.
That's a great question. I would say for me, right? In my personal opinion, I would say it was a respectable year because they beat an out-of-conference opponent. You know what I'm saying? Even though, because if we're being honest, right now, Alcorn is not expected to run back in the West. If we're being 100, you know what I'm saying? They're not favorites in the West because of what Gramblin's doing. You guys bringing in Dooley, Texas Southern's on the rise. So I wouldn't say they're a favorite. So if they went out and beat a out-of-conference opponent and they had a winning record, even if it was only 6-5 or 7-4, is that 11? Yeah, 7-4. I think that's respectable. 6-5. I think that's respectable. If one of those wins is an out-of-conference win, that's respectable. But once again, I have to look at it as transitive because, just because you beat a Stephen F. Austin doesn't mean you're going to beat your conference. Because at the end of the day, the conference knows you the best.
Stay right there. Just because you beat a Stephen F. Austin, that mean you're going to beat your conference. And I feel like just because you're Stephen F. Austin, you still got to fucking play your conference. And win or fucking lose, does that help you get to the Celebration Bowl, get to the SWAC championship? You feel me, Scotty? That's where I'm at.
But it could, though.
Win, lose, or draw.
At the same time, it could, and at the same time, it goes both ways. At the same time, it could. Let's say, let me give you an example like this. If once again, but football is not transitive, right? So, but while I say this, let's say A&M played North Dakota, went out to North Dakota State and lost to them by 1 point, right? Even though you lost, and football is not transitive, the confidence that you get going toe-to-toe with a team like that, you feel like, yo, we got something. If we can get it going, if we can keep this going, we can run the tables. That's what happens when you play against a FBS team and you do well, or you play a high-level FCS team and do well. You know what I'm saying? So when you go toe-to-toe with a team like that, you build confidence to say, yo, like, we're good. And I'll give you an example, right? So in 7-on-7, I'll give you my high school example. 7-on-7, my senior year, we went against the state champions in a 7-on-7 match. We had not won a game. We had not won a game in like 2 years, right? We had a new coach. We hadn't won a game in 2 years. And we lost to them by a last-second touchdown at the 7-on-7 tournament. That really gave us confidence that what our coach was teaching us was like, yo, we can compete. If we get this thing going the right way, we can compete, and we know what we're doing, and we're doing the right thing. That's what happens with teams like that. So if Grambling goes out and plays a Northwestern State and they either beat them or they're close, or they play the Arkansas, I think they got Arkansas State, if I'm not mistaken. If they go out and play Arkansas State and they play them really close, what you do, and you might lose, even though you might lose 3 or you might lose by a touchdown, what you do is you sit back and reflect like, man, could we have played this way a year ago? Maybe the new talent, yo, we can really do something. You know what I'm saying? So it can conform to, especially if you're not picked to win. If everybody has you losing by 21 or 30 points and you lose by 30 points, you're like, okay, we weren't that good anyway. All right, whatever. But if you were supposed to lose, like if A&M went to go play North Dakota State tomorrow, they'd probably be like 3 touchdown, like North Dakota State would be a 3 touchdown favorite easily. And that's being generous. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff I'm saying. So it can go both ways, man. I don't know, man. I like competition.
I see what you want to see. Listen, I do. I applaud y'all for want to push the goalpost a tad bit, like, just raise the bar on what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one, maybe like I just been around long enough to see, like, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. So let's go with the most logical thing is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no surprise to me a few of these sketches that I you know what I'm saying? Well, also us playing for the remote, that was a surprise. But I understand when I look at it from, like, just helping out other HBCUs, because that what drives me the most. I'd be like, we always talking about HBCUs, that and third. When like, even let's use the MEAC. The MEAC ain't getting no coverage like that. It just a damn celebration. But who which that's so messed up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So let's just show like to everybody, and like let's just push us forward instead of always trying to, you know what I'm saying, like schedule one of them games and just like, and blame it on raising the competition when it really don't help us out in the end, like money wise or just like morally, you know what I'm saying, and to get a little props. But if we beat Southeastern, we just beat Southeastern. They ain't beating LSU.
Okay, Smash. So let me get this straight. So I'm gonna say this last point. I'm gonna say this last point, and you can respond, and I'm gonna let you go. You just said get money, but you just said the Celebration Bowl is pointless. That's what you said. You said don't nobody care about the Celebration Bowl, but it's about the money, right? That's what you can't have it both ways. Is it pointless, or you about the money? Because you can't say because y'all keep losing it. Oh, it's pointless anyway, Scotty. We only care about the SWAC championship. Okay, whatever. But clearly they got it for a reason. Clearly, you know, when I said the Celebration Bowl is pointless, I've said that in the beginning. When everybody was dick riding the Celebration Bowl, I said it's pointless. Why are you doing it? You don't want to compete.
Listen, a lot of people did not agree with you though, Scotty. A lot of people did not. I don't know who is. I think maybe because they took it along the lines of saying like, you know, that it's not that popular or something. You know what I'm saying? I agree perfectly with you were saying. When I said about money, Scotty, of course when I said going to what's in front of us instead of trying to schedule one of them games that really don't matter. I mean, like, that's the route we got to do. We take it. When our game, when it's like championship, celebration, moved up, let's play it. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, like, basically, it's about the money. You know what I'm saying? So not saying when I say it's pointless, I mean, like the swipe was good before. That's what I mean. When I put that in perspective. But to get the money, why not? I try to get some money. Why not as an extra game? So I just got it, man. But I don't know. We'll talk about it. But
Right. No problem, Bash. Appreciate the call, man.
All right.
Like I said, man, like it's just for me, right? For me, it's just the pick a side, right? Because me, I'm always gonna be on competition. I don't give it. Listen, I'm always gonna be for competition. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. I'm always gonna be about competition, right? And once again, I know the same, man. Listen, I know the same thing. Oh my God, we gonna worry about the money. I get it. I get it. I understand you don't get the funding you're supposed to. I get it. Okay. So when you have an all SWAC schedule, I'm gonna talk my trash, but don't mean I don't understand it. I get why you're doing it. You're trying to get the check. Okay, get your check. I'm for competition. It's just that simple for me. And for you to have 3 out of conference games and you can't schedule one FCS opponent outside your conference, that's weak to me. That's what I'm for. That's what I'm about. So, and I'm a stick on that point. You can call in and say whatever you want, however you want it, or money this, money that. I get it. And I always understand. Listen, like I said, it's like a single mom taking care of kids. Do you want to work 2 jobs? No. But are you going to have to do what you got to do? Yeah, you do what you got to do. But for me, I'm about competition. I'm about competition. Point blank, period. And y'all, in my opinion, don't want to compete. You don't. That's why you ran away from the FCS playoffs. But then you'll hear the people, oh, well, Scotty, you know, the FCS playoffs, you know, in past times didn't, you know, cater to HBCU schools and didn't give us the proper respect and all that. Granted, got it, good. All right, that's true. But to me, you don't even if you leave the FCS playoffs, you still don't even play. You don't even want to play FCS teams. You don't even want to do that. You don't even have the courage to do that. And then the teams that do have the courage to do are not even your best team. Are not even your best teams. You got Valley going out and playing Murray State. You got Valley going out and playing I think South Dakota State or North Dakota State. You got your worst teams willing to go step up and take that challenge or step up and play those teams. Your best teams won't even do that. So that just shows me the mindset of your whole conference. So that's why you're ranked at the bottom. And this is even worse. Then you'll call in and talk about the white man this, white man that. Scotty, you got Stockholm syndrome. But then you'll cry about how, you know, you're not rated. Then you'll cry about, oh, we should be ranked, Scotty. Hey, Scotty, ask Blue if we ranked. What do you care? Why? They're white people voting for you. White and black people voting for you. Why do you care if you're ranked? If I got Stockholm syndrome, but yet and still I'm looking at my comments and you're talking about, oh man, Scotty, are we ranked? I want to see if we ranked. Oh, we 16 in this coach's poll. Oh, we 17 in this coach's poll. Why do you care? It shouldn't matter. Look at your own media for the rankings. It shouldn't matter. But you want to be a part of ESPN and Disney. That's not ran by a black man. Okay. All right. But I got Stockholm syndrome. But then I'll get somebody calling in and say, well, Scotty, you gotta understand, you know, we gotta make deals with the white man. So it's okay to make deals with the white man, but there's no point for you to play white schools. It's okay for you to get money from the white man, but it's not okay for you to play white schools. I'm an Uncle Tom if I tell you to play a white school, but you're not an Uncle Tom by asking ESPN for money. You're not an Uncle Tom for getting into deals with white men. But that's not Uncle Tomish. That's just good business. So that's good business for you to get in deals with white men, but it's not good business for you to get on a football field and have your play speak for itself. That's not good. Okay, I'm just, that's my fault, my bad. That's on me. It's my Stockholm syndrome's acting up. My Stockholm syndrome's acting up. I'm sorry. My bad. It gets the best of me sometimes. My bad. It just, that Stockholm syndrome in me just comes out, and sometimes I just white is right with me. You know what I'm saying? White is right with me. Sometimes I get a little. I just love the white man. I just love the white man too much. Just love the white man too much. Man, my bad. My fault. That's on me. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's good, big dog? This one I dying. You feel me?
What's up?
My question is, what I'm saying, 'cause I was putting a little bit in the chat, but I want your opinion. What's up with a lot of these people, it's like they're begging for assistance to help them with their schools, but yet they want to put out that the white man ICE ain't better than our own. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of people, bashing what you're saying or Blue Blood saying. And the thing about it is, even when people say, if y'all not worried about the swag, y'all not worried about HBCU, be concerned, but we got children. We care about where they want to go. We want them to be involved with the next generation of HBCU, but it's like they're not hearing what we're saying. Like, what's up with that? What you hearing on your side about that?
So it's two tones of that, right? So you have the people that say they owe us that. It's our right, which in fairness, yes, that is your right to that. If we're playing, if all things are equal, yes, you are entitled to that share of money that's supposed to be divvied out a certain way to schools, which is listen, if you're funding public schools, my school is a public institution. Where's my money?
Right.
I get that.
Right.
My caveat to that is, if you know you're going to get railroaded, go find another way to get your money. You can't keep having the same art. You can't keep saying, man, my job only paying me $10. My job only paying me $10. My job only, they're not going to give you your worth. Go find it somewhere else.
Right.
And
that's and I agree. I agree. Go ahead. But I agree with what you're saying. I agree.
My thing is this, right? It's not to say that I would listen. Every year you come back, you gonna give my money? Okay, are you still playing those games? Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to go out here and get it. You know what I'm saying? You always go back and check in. You always go back and get what you deserve. Hey, you gonna give my money? Okay, you still on that bull crap? Okay. I gotta go back out here and get it again. You know what I'm saying? But you have to start putting things in place to make sure that you're going to get the funding of some type. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this, start looking at yourself as a private institution. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta go out and get it.
Yeah, and that's why I agree with that, because I know for a fact, like, I come from a constructural family. My generation of family may not be as heavy in historical Black college, but when it comes to the people that build up this nation, my grandfather, he had a third grade education in one of the most well-known construction companies in the state of South Carolina. You know what I mean? Like, he basically started from the ground up, him and his family. They frame houses, they sheet board houses, electrical work. They built a lot of houses in the community of Richland County. They built a lot of helped out with a lot of schools and things of that nature. And when I listen to a lot of these people call in as if they're so intelligent about what's going on, I remember I heard a caller came in and he was like, he was talking about Grambling, how there's not a lot of resources in that community. People got to understand, that's what's stopping the growth from your HBCUs. If you're not cultivating the land that's out there, if you're not building anything out there, then of course you're moving away from your college institution so you can go somewhere else to flaunt your degree and say that you're doing something. How are you going to bring anything back to the community? Look at these high schools out here, these these 5As and these 6As out here. You know, a lot of these schools, because I started off with a startup school, and it went from a 3A to a 4A to a 5A in less than 10 years. And that's because people was moving in that area. You know, they were building houses in that area. There have been jobs out there, but somebody took out the time to want to expand the job, you know, expand corporations. You know, people talk about generational health. Generational health is Walmart, is Kmart, is Boeing, is a lot of things. And they're in the areas where there are high schools out there. Like, you know, if you go to predominantly white areas, it could be anywhere all over the world. They got 5A schools out there. Why? Because everybody's staying out there. So it's like a lot of these 4 or 5 stars that we drool over and that we want, they're coming from a lot of urban, maybe impoverished neighborhoods, but they go to big high schools in that area because right across the street, maybe 2 or 3 miles down the road from there off the highway is a predominantly, you know what I'm saying, established community with a big school. So it don't mean anything to get your kid to go somewhere when there's something out there for them to do. So I feel like a lot of HBCUs begging these schools for money and things of that nature. It's like, yo, y'all can do it yourself, but you got to take out the time to make it yourself, because the ones that you know, our children that's coming from a lot of these areas that want to get involved with that, you think we're going to go to a school that don't even care about, like I said before, and I'm going to keep pushing it, you don't care about your own community, or we're going to go and we're going to take them to Nick Saban, or we're going to take them over there to Florida, you know what I'm saying, or Miami, where we hey, you know what I'm saying, look at all them guys, how they got from the U over there. They all stayed in the same area, but they was like, hey, we all going to come together and go to the school and make it great.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, appreciate the
so,
call.
I mean, yeah, no doubt.
No, bro, appreciate the call. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
Listen, I just saw a statement in the chat, and I'm gonna say this with all due respect. It said, "Fam, you joined the SWAC because of the band." That is the stupidest and ignorant statement I've ever seen in your chat. The reason, fam, you joined the SWAC is because of what Mr. Campbell said. Geographically, it was better for them to play Alabama State than to take their ass up there and play that damn school called Coppin State and Delaware State and all them schools. So whoever put that in, if you can, don't put another, because this is stupid right here. Fam, you joined the SWAC because of the band. And let me say this right here. I just looked up the you people at North Carolina A&T, and y'all can say I got a problem too, but y'all gonna win. Y'all might win 3 games in that damn CAA. You might beat Elon University. You'll beat Hampton, and you might beat Stony Brook. You ain't gonna beat nobody else in that CAA. So this Earl Hilton, who is your athletic director, he is helping to destroy your program, and you can run on talking about you in a top-notch conference. But you people at North Carolina A&T, get used to winning 3 and 4 games a year in football. Now, let me say this to Blue. I saw something Blue said. Just, you know, I said this over and over. The Chinese say no participation, no observation. Just like I don't know what's best for Auburn because I didn't go to Auburn, Blue don't know what's best for the SWAC because he didn't go to a SWAC school. Okay? Now, I like some of his analysis on players and his statistics, but Blue don't know what's best for the SWAC now. Okay? Because he didn't go to the SWAC. I mean, he didn't go to a SWAC institution. He's not a SWAC graduate. So he can't tell me nothing about the SWAC. Because he didn't go to one of our schools.
I didn't either.
He don't know what's best for us.
That means you got to. That means you got to apply that to me as well. You got to apply. It doesn't matter about. You got to apply that to me as well.
That's right. You know. Now, me and you, we have our differences. You know that.
Yeah.
Me and you have our differences. Okay. Now I'm like this. I don't mind your opinion because I got mine. Because you know, opinions just like assholes. Everybody got one.
Yep.
So you know, whatever you say is fine with me. You isn't that right, Scotty?
Yeah.
If I have a disagreement with you, don't I let you know?
Yep. That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, I know a lot of y'all want to make Blue the genius of the SWAC. But like I said, and I'm going to say it again, he didn't go to a SWAC school. He don't know what SWAC school. He went to Auburn. So I went to Grambling.
Let me say this.
I know what's best for Grambling.
Hold on.
He know what's best for Auburn. But he can't come over here and tell me what's best for Grambling.
Hold on, Mr. Ford.
We ain't doing that.
Hold on, Mr. Ford.
We ain't doing that. Let me say this. To you Sambo Negroes, yeah, whatever Blue say, I know you're going to follow it. But for me, no, he can't tell me nothing about my institution.
But
he can't tell me what's best for Grambling.
Mr. Ford.
No way, never will.
Mr. Ford. So what do you say about the people who have graduated from HBCUs that have put you in this position? The people embezzling money, the people not putting the right people in the presidencies that don't do the right thing. Because there's many a times you hold on, Mr. Ford.
We have got to remove these people who are incompetent. We've got to remove these people who are corrupt. Listen, the reason that MEAC is going through all them problems, the reason that the MEAC lost North Carolina A&T, the MEAC lost Florida A&M, the MEAC lost Bethune-Cookman, the MEAC lost Hampton, was because they had an incompetent individual, corrupt individual, as commissioner for almost 20 years. Anytime you got that kind of incompetence, something's going to happen.
Okay.
But that's what happened.
Mr. Ford.
So
Mr. Ford, hold on.
Say if
Mr.
we
Ford.
got incompetent individuals, then we need to
Mr. Ford.
go and get.
Mr. Ford, hold on. My thing is this.
Yeah, so,
I get what you're saying about getting, but sometimes you have to go in the out, like Blue being a outsider, because there's probably things that they do at Auburn that might fit for a SWAC school. But you would never wait.
That's two different entities.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Wait a minute. See, I've told you before. You got two kinds of people in this country. You got people who are oppressed, and you got people who are the oppressor. He don't know nothing about what we're doing at our school. We fall under the oppressed. He's not oppressed, so he don't understand what we're going through. Okay, Auburn don't have no money problem. In the SWAC, yes, we have money problem. So he don't know what's best for the SWAC. Just like I don't know what's best for Auburn. Okay, you're not gonna tell me that. No, he don't know what's best for our schools. Okay, I don't know what's best for Auburn. Okay, because I didn't go to Auburn.
Let's play this game. Let's play it. So you want to take it this guy? So you're telling me since you want to talk about so white people helping black people is not possible? Because that's what you sound like. You're saying a white person cannot help a SWAC institution. That's how you're generalizing it. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not generalizing. No. What I'm saying is, just like I don't know what's best for his school because I didn't go to his school, he don't know what's best for my school because he didn't go to my school.
So a SWAC graduate could never become an AD for an SEC school. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying to me. You're limiting what we can do, as well as you're limiting what a white person can do for a SWAC school. You're limiting that because if a black man graduates from a SWAC, it's a Grambling, and he goes to get a job at Auburn, you want the Auburn people to look like, what can you do for us? You went to Grambling. You don't know nothing about money. That's what you're saying.
This is what I want. I want Auburn to do. If they need an AD, get somebody that was raised in that system, loves that system, and like you said, cares for Auburn. At Grambling, we need people who were raised in our system, who understands our system and loves our school. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So if you want to call that separation, yeah, I go with that.
Mr. Ford, but at the end of the day, you're the same person that's got on this call line and said people have been doing stuff wrong at the institution.
And I said replace them.
Okay, but Mr. Ford, hold on, Mr. Ford. Hold on, Mr. Ford.
There's no reason
hold on.
Should have had Dennis Thomas in that position for 20 years.
Mr.
There's
Ford.
No reason for that.
So you're telling me an educated black man from Stanford could not become the AD at Grambling because he didn't go through Grambling? Is that what you're saying to me right now?
No,
that's what you're saying. You said
if he loves Grambling,
no, he doesn't have to love. He doesn't have to love Grambling to do right by Grambling.
Yeah, you do.
No, he does not.
Let me tell you something.
We have to agree to disagree on that one.
It's just like teaching a kid. If you don't love that kid,
there's a lot of people that love their school that embezzle money. There's a lot of people that love their school that embezzle money. So however you want to see it, they got a degree from it. They love their institution, but they embezzled money. So make that make sense to me.
Okay, say it again. I'm sorry.
I said there's a lot of people that love their school that embezzled money from their school. So it's just that simple.
But they didn't. If they embezzle money from their school, they didn't love the school.
So how do you find that love? Because I don't know if somebody loves the institution as much as you say. Because if that's the case, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. When you look at what Eddie Robinson did at Grambling, he loved Grambling. When you look at what W.C. Gordon did for Jackson State, he loved Jackson State. When you look at what Jake Gaither did for Florida A&M, he loved that school. Okay, you don't hear no foolishness like you talking about, all this incompetence attached to those people because they love the school.
So let me get this straight, Mr.
They
Ford.
love
So
the school. See, we can bring in them people from Stanford to be the AD at Grambling, but the whole thing, it comes down to, do you love the school?
Okay, so Hugh didn't go to Grambling. So so you would have never hired Hugh.
But we gonna find. Hey, time will tell.
No.
Time will tell.
Based off
time will tell.
Based off your states and facts that you just said on this call, you wouldn't have hired Hugh. And at the top of on
no,
top,
that's not true.
That's what you said.
No,
he didn't go to Grambling. He don't love Grambling.
As far back as the school I thought should have hired Hugh was Alabama State. You don't remember me telling you that?
He didn't graduate from an HBCU.
I told you that from day one.
He didn't graduate from an HBCU. Why?
I told you. I said if Michigan fires Juwan Howard, I would love for Ashley Robinson to bring him to Jackson, Mississippi.
Why? He don't love Jackson State. Why? He don't love Alabama State. Why?
We don't know that yet. We got to see.
So you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't see. So you can't wait. No, wait. So that means you can't wait and see if a black kid outside of the SWAC would do white at a HBCU. So you can't wait and see if a white man got into a position that he wouldn't do right by a school. Make sense, because based off your logic, you wouldn't hire anybody other than the SWAC graduates.
See, this is what you don't understand, Scott. And I tried to tell you this over and over.
Please.
If you look at the history of this country for the last 400 years, white people have hated us. And they have waged war on us.
And they've also helped us.
And now you're going to tell me
they've also
that you're going to put him in a position and he's going to do all this for you.
And they also helped us.
Said he hates you.
They
and
also helped us.
He has waged war on you for 400 years.
They've also helped us.
You want him to lead you.
They've also helped us.
You want him to run your school. It don't make no sense.
They've also helped us. They didn't help.
Look, wait. Let me tell you this, guy. Okay. See, what y'all doing, y'all making a whole lot of statements, but you don't understand.
They've also helped us. They've also helped us.
Yeah.
Have white people not helped us in civil rights, in Underground Railroad? Have white people not helped us? Have white people not, even though they were the oppressor and didn't have any dog in the fight?
Let me go back to the Underground Railroad. Yes, there were abolitionists who were white, but also remember, after Reconstruction, they turned their backs on blacks. Remember, they pulled the federal troops out, and guess what? When they turned their backs on blacks in the South, the Klan was able to come in and wage war and lynch our people.
And were they not? Were they not? Listen, at the same, I get Mr. Ford. I'm not saying there weren't atrocities done by white people.
Like I told you, Scott, see, y'all, okay, here's the thing. You and Blue, y'all just come into the SWAC, okay? You basically said that when you were growing up, you knew nothing about the SWAC. That's what you said. You said you knew nothing about the SWAC. Okay, now, Blue, he's probably known a little. I'd have to ask him how many years he's known about the SWAC. Okay, I've been keeping up with the SWAC since 1969. Okay, so now, y'all are Johnny come lately. You gonna tell us who've been keeping up with the SWAC since, I'm over 50 years. What's good for the SWAC? No, come on, Scotty, that don't work.
It's the same logic that you have that doesn't work. It's the same logic that you have. It's the same logic that you have because based off your logic, Alcorn would have never hired Jay Hobson. Based off your logic, Jay Hobson would have never been hired at Alcorn State because he wasn't a graduate. Yes, you are. Based off the logic that you've placed. All right, Mr. Ford.
I told you. And I said this over again.
Yes, you have.
I would love for Jay Hobson to come back to the SWAC.
But based off your logic, he would have never been hired in the first place. Based off your logic, he would have never been hired in the first place. Appreciate the call, Mr. Ford. Can't argue with you. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey.
What's up, Doc? Talk to me.
Man, you have some good topics. This is so good, man. It's so good. I think I missed some of it because I wasn't watching the computer. I was just on my phone. So listen, this is the little part that I did see that I wanted to say that, we as Black people, sometimes we're the hardest on each other and we kind of hold ourselves to a different standard or because we had to because of what has been done to us. And we know we got to be 10 times better than the average white person. And that's the truth. You just got to be better at everything that you do because people are going to look at you harder and more scrutinize everything that you do. Even at my level, when I'm in a clinic I'm the only Black doctor and there's other white doctors, I'm expected to do much more, see more patients and everything than my white counterparts. So I'm just going to give that as a prefix. Give you some, some background there. Also, I had wanted to talk about, we need to read the article from Forbes talking about all the money that HBCUs are owed. And on top of that, we've been threatened with these bomb threats. The FBI needs to go ahead. They know who's doing that. They need to go ahead and make their move and get this straight before something really happens at our HBCUs. And I think we have to start thinking about exactly why these HBCUs are in existence. It's because they won't let us go to their schools. They won't let us go. And that's what happened. We had to develop our own. We've always done that. Now, I'm going to say I am a reparationist. I believe that Black people, we're owed a debt. If you can prove that you are a descendant of people who were enslaved in this country, the United States government owes us a check. After 400 years of brutal subjugation and the stuff that we still go through as Black people, So what I'm saying is that all that, I know we talk about football, but all of this has to be put in the right category, the right context of what we're dealing with. It shouldn't always just be on us trying to figure out how it's going to be done when they have put so many obstacles in the way that we can't do it. I asked my mother, and she was born in 1940 and 44, and my father used to pick cotton and everything. And I said, how did y'all survive in those days? And my mother said they had nothing to do with white people. If you had any, because we had our own built towns and everything, we're from Florida, we're originally from Mississippi, but we've always supported FAMU because that was our own thing that we had, and we have to deal with them. And when we did, it was something that was out of the norm because we couldn't trust them to be actually for us. So what I'm saying is that I think that we all have to understand what the background is, but I appreciate you because you tell us the truth that we need to see, that, our programs do need to get better, but always keep in mind the historical contents of why HBCUs even exist, because they wouldn't let us go there. We wanted to go, and they said, no, we weren't good enough to be over there with them. And so all I'm saying is that I think this conversation is great. And I think that Black people need to stop being so hard on each other. Hell, somebody owe you a check the rest of your life because of what your ancestors did, and they didn't get paid a damn dime. And so that's what I'm saying. We need to think about that, all the money that is due us. And we are not asking for no damn handout. This is the money that they owe us, that they took from us and continue to take from us. Now, let me tell you about FAMU since you're on the bandwagon. You know how we on the 7th to 7th Hill? Because FAMU is a grand institution. They wanted to give us the worst land that they had that was infested with rattlesnakes, thinking it was going to kill us all. And so FAMU went over there, or our ancestors, and developed that land and became the #1 HBCU. Not because of what they was doing us a favor. They thought we was all going to get over there and die from them rattlesnakes. And that's how come we developed that mascot. Our symbol is the rattler, because we were Black people with something else. We was able to go over there, develop that land, and put our foot, like the Lord said, on the head of that snake and control that snake. And look where we are now. So all I'm saying is that I think Black people were hard on each other. We have done this forever, develop our own sense of commodity and stuff like that. And we need to keep in mind that's what we have always done. And we need somebody like you to come in and tell us, look, y'all been doing this a certain way, but sometimes it may be a time to change, to get better. And that's what I appreciate so much about you and your girl, because you all can see it. Sometimes we so missing the fight, we can't see it. And you come in and tell us, look, y'all stuff is trash. And so we need to improve. So I thank you for that.
Doc, listen, Doc, nothing that you said on here that I disagree with. We all understand at the core basis of 400 years of oppression. We get all that. It's like that to me is like beating the drum that we beat for however long, and we'll continue to beat it because I mean this country wouldn't be this country without slavery and us building the building America. My thing is this, right? Is that the same energy that people have towards having their own or wanting to isolate, don't pick and choose what you want to isolate. That's what bothers me the most. If you don't want to be a part of the NCAA, separate. If you don't want to be if you have a problem with media rights and what media is doing, separate. Like either conform and do what you can within it and stop complaining about it, or get all these high-end graduates that everybody brags about. This person's here, this person's here. Get a committee together, get a media right committee, put them on a board, and let them dictate and tell you how to do it on your own. Like that's my issue. That's my issue. People want to talk about, oh, we don't need white schools. We don't need. Okay, that's great. You don't. You're absolutely right. So figure it out without them. Do it without them. You have all these high-powered institutions. You got all these people. You got Spike Lee, Samuel L. Jackson, Oprah. You got all these people. Come together in a committee and do your own stuff. If not, then stop complaining about what you don't have. And see, that's the thing. Even in those times with your mom and your dad and their ancestors, they had to go out and get it. And that wasn't a time where they weren't trying to give it to you. At no means. Exactly. They still had their own banks. They still had their own clothing. They still had their own movie theaters. And they weren't trying to give it to you. You had to legitimately get it out the mud. You're in a time and a day and age where there's prominent black people. There's prominent celebrity black people. There's prominent people. And you telling me you can't figure out something to do it on your own? No. So don't pick and choose to me about how, oh, we don't have this, Scotty. We don't have that. No. Go figure it out and do it on your own if you don't like being a part of the white man's institution. That's my biggest issue. That's my only real issue.
And I agree with you. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. And, you know, that's why I love Dr. Humphrey so much. You know, he's passed now. There used to be the past president of TSU and FAMU because he had that ideology. And I always say I'm a Humphreys rattler so you can understand how I came through FAMU with that type of vision. And we do need to do that. We need to break away and do what we need to do. And then, and possibly, I mean, have interactions and stuff like that. But I really do think that once segregation happened to us, it really destroyed a lot of the stuff that we had already, you know, in place and stuff like that. But anyway, I do want to tell you it's a great conversation. And I appreciate your being candid and being honest. Because like I said, you know, when you're in the midst of the storm, sometimes you got to look over some of us. Because when you're in the midst of the storm, midst of the fight, and you're so used to certain ways, certain times, you fight against when somebody tries to say, well, look, it is shining a little bit over there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're so used to that. And so I appreciate the conversation and us even having it and you understanding. But I just wanted to go ahead and give you that because listen, after 400 years of brutal subjugation, you were due a check. All of us that can prove that we are descendants of slavery, and that HR 40, which has been in Congress for over 20 years, about making sure we get a check. You know, that's what we need to be talking about after football is trying to get that bill passed. So all of us that can prove that we come from slaves, that we deserve some type of monetary money sent to us every single damn month. Because of the shit that we have to go through. And we're still going through.
Facts.
We're still going through. I feel so bad sometimes for some of my patients that come to me and they don't even have the $40 copay because we all know that wealth is generational. But if your mama ain't had nothing and your grandfather ain't had nothing, how the hell you gonna have something? They can't pass nothing down to you but grief. And so that's what has happened to our people. And the ones that have been lucky enough to go to school and get a degree, all these damn student loans, got to pay that back. We ain't got no damn money. I tell people all the time. I tell my sister all the time, who's an attorney. If you cannot go to an institution and they tell you $20,000 is what you need to owe, you can't pull out a check and write it. You po. You ain't got no damn money. You ain't got no money. So stop acting like you do. We don't have that. We don't have, some of these people have that. They people can come in and write a check for the whole damn thing, the whole 4 years. Black people don't have that. And we have to understand that, and we have to build on that, and we got to educate our children and educate everybody about what generational wealth is, and we got to make sure that our football is competitive, and making sure we have people like you that can come in and tell, look, let me tell you, y'all trash now. I'm telling you, when you say it, I'll be laughing. But it be the truth. So anyway, I just want to tell y'all have a blessed day. I'm off today, so
enjoy your day off.
Okay, so have a good one. Okay,
no problem. Thanks, Dr. Lord.
Okay, bye.
All right, that's my booster of the year. She gets that time. All right, guy, listen, man. You listen, bro. Like, it's going to be football, but if it's not football today, take your ass somewhere else. It's not football today. It's whatever the show gonna get taken at. All right, so take your ass somewhere else if it's a problem. All right. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Scotty.
What's up? Talk to me. What's your name? Where you come from?
This is your boy A&T Roy. Been a while.
Hey, what's goody? Talk to me.
Man, listen. I'm a little late here, and I'm calling in on that, what's his name? Mr. Ford?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say he a crackhead, but he sound like a crackhead.
Why you say that?
So, man, listen. On one hand, well, first I want to talk about the MEAC commissioner. Unfortunately, my internet connection isn't working, but for some reason. But she's wrong about the fact that the MEAC is stronger without us. She's also wrong about the fact that, well, she didn't really talk about it. She just talked about us. Man, listen, we ran the MEAC. We won the Commissioner's Cup or whatever they call it, I think 3 years in a row. So she's wrong about that, number one. She's also wrong about the fact that, well, she's right about this fact. The level of competition that they're going to give their fans, it's going to be whatever it is. And that is bottom of the barrel, FCS football competition and other sports. So she's right about that. All right, so that's about her. But Mr. Ford, his comments that he made to you around A&T going to the CAA and losing is the exact point that you are trying to make. And that is, a lot of folks are scared to go and play higher level competition. And I want to let the listeners on here know, and you know, that we're on a whole different level around this stuff that we're talking about. We are not afraid to play the best in wherever we are located. Matter of fact, guess what? We're going to North Dakota State, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've moved to what is arguably the second or third best conference in the country from a football standpoint on the FCS level. And yeah, we might take our lumps. We know that. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to have an athletics campaign to build our facilities and all that stuff. And I ain't gonna tell you the number, so that we know we'll be able to compete on those levels. The reality is this: North Carolina A&T is on the move to move up to FBS at some point. We're also on the move to the highest level of research that is out there among colleges and universities, and that's R1 level. So we're talking about a whole different level of conversation than any of these folks are talking about. And that includes Mr. Ford. He and they want to stay in places where they think they can win and not get any better.
All right,
so that's my point.
All right, so Mr. Roy, let me tell you this. So, with all due respect, that was kind of effed up how you came at Mr. Ford. And I get, listen, man, I get the fact that you don't agree with his opinion. There's a lot of stuff I don't agree with. He calls me Shimbo. He didn't call me Uncle Tom. He didn't call me all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, he is an elder, and I would appreciate that you don't disrespect him like that. So but because we can all have disagreements without, you know what I'm saying, without calling each other's names. Now, I do agree with you that on the fact of the matter is I like the fact that that A&T is willing to step out of its box, right? I appreciate the fact that you guys are willing to step out your box and compete, because to me, you win 5 games in the CAA is better than winning 5 games in the MEAC or winning 9 games in the MEAC. That's just my personal opinion because I look at the football differently. You know what I'm saying? So you winning 6 or 7 games in the CAA to me is way better than you winning. You going undefeated in the MEAC and winning a Celebration Bowl. Now, monetarily wise, it might do you better to play other HBCU schools because now A&T has to kind of condition their fans to get an understanding of white counterparts and going to white games and understanding that they won't have the band and the pageantry that they're used to. So that's something you're going to have a mindset in a change in your culture, in your fans. And that's a whole nother thing. You might need to do some research about that. But when it comes to strictly football, I love the move. I love where you're taking it. And I hope that you guys are successful in the move, because what's going to be funny to me is if you guys do end up winning 6, 7 games in the CAA, 8 games in the CAA, what will HBCUs say about you then?
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so let me come back and I will apologize for insinuating that Mr. Ford is a crackhead. But I tell you what, he ticked me off with his whole conversation around, we're going to go up there and get beat. And he's talking really against your position of playing the best to be the best.
Absolutely.
And so that's what really made me mad about it is, we want to stay in our little barrel here. We don't want to go out and we don't want to win. And A&T is terrible because they're going to go lose. Yeah, we might. But I tell you this, we're going to put the ball down. we ain't gonna shy away from whoever it is that we're playing and who we're competing against. Matter of fact, people talk about Earl Hilton. I'm gonna tell you what, this dude won the I think the FCS Athletic Director of the Year a couple years ago. But he ain't really driving this boat. It is actually our Chancellor, Harold Martin, who says, and this is his position. Matter of fact, you kind of saw it when he was at Winston-Salem State. He says, I want to compete at the highest level of competition wherever we're competing. And that's why we're trying to go to FBS, because that's the highest level in football. That's why we want to go to R1. So the people who talk about this Earl Hilton, it ain't really him. It's our Chancellor, and it's our Board of Trustees. So they can talk about those folks in terms of, they taking y'all to this, that, and the other. And frankly, Scotty, this is really nothing new concerning football, because guess what? I think you already know this. FAMU tried to do it a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who would have been talking to Junk about FAMU. The reason I understand that FAMU didn't make it was because they supposedly had some TV contract that was going to help them do it, and the thing fell apart. And so for all these folks that are down in A&T around what we're doing, listen, we dominated y'all for 5 years. They were lucky we didn't make it in 2016 to the Celebration Bowl. We were down to our 3rd quarterback. But we dominated you. There's nothing else for us to do. So we headed out to go do something else. Y'all can lead. Well, you ain't leading because we lead. You can follow or stay behind because we're moving on.
Hey, appreciate the call, Roy.
All right, man.
All right, no problem. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to Roy for calling in and giving this position. Haven't heard from him in a while. Shout out to you, Roy. Let me be very clear. Once again, you guys got to learn. You can't on this channel. You have no dictation of what you pick and choose on this, right? Somebody can if he called Mr. Ford and Uncle Tom, he has every right to. I didn't like the fact that he called him a crackhead. I felt that was opposed to football. I felt that was a little out of bounds. But if he called Mr. Ford pig-headed or Uncle Tom or whatever, he has the right to do that, just like Mr. Ford has the right to call me whatever he wants to call me. And I want that same energy when he has called me out my name to be expressed in the comments. So no, I don't. The reason I made him apologize is because of the crackhead comment. But if he would have called him anything in bounds, I wouldn't have cared. If he would have called him pig-headed, I wouldn't have cared because it's factual. Mr. Ford is pig-headed. He's very one-based opinion. He will overtalk you. He would do all that. And I love Mr. Ford. Absolutely. I love when he calls, and every time I pick him over a lot of people. But I just need you guys to keep the same energy going both ways. You need to challenge Mr. Ford to do better with him not name-calling people. So what is we doing? What is we doing? So I want to make that very clear because you guys love to pick and choose what you want to condemn and what you don't condemn, right? Same thing about when me and Swag Buzz got into it on the channel. Everybody in the comments, oh, y'all need to do a boxing match. Oh, y'all need to do a boxing match. Then Mr. Campbell comes on and then he says what he says. Oh, yeah, well, you right, Scotty. Yeah, you right, Mr. Campbell. Yeah, you need to chill, man. Y'all Bama's phony. At the end of the day, y'all Bama's phony. So stick to something. Stick to something. If that's your moral, if that's your principle, that there's no name calling, then have it no name calling. Have that conviction, okay? Have that conviction. But if not, then miss me with that, man. Y'all can cry to somebody else. All right? Hey, caller, you allowed to talk to me.
Look, man, this is Stephen Campbell. I had to call in, but I'm 38 hot about this again, boy. Every time you guys, okay, seriously. Roy, me and you get into it. I'm sorry. I don't care. We don't do that. Okay? Jokingly, funny, or whatever. See, I don't find stuff like that funny. Now, I'm going to correct you on the first couple of things. A&T is not the only one going for R1 status. So is JSU, so is FAMU, and 3 other HBCU. So stop the cap with in cap. I'm so upset with y'all, man. Y'all got to stop this. So this one, I'm going to say this to Mr. Ford respectfully. This is a call-in show. When you bring those great points, when you bring your opinions, you and Scotty have got to allow each other to speak because really it's great conversation because it's a generational conversation. We should be having that conversation. There's nothing wrong with Scotty having his opinion. And Mr. Ford, I'm going to totally respect your opinion because I know the historical context your opinion comes from. This is a W.E. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington type of conversation. And for all you youngsters that don't know what that means, go look it up because they are on both sides of that coin. Scotty on one side, Mr. Ford, and it really drills down to that. Now, name calling, we should just stop that shit, period. How about that? We can have great takes. I call them all the time. Have you ever heard me name call anybody?
Negative.
Because I have a level of wit and intelligence where I don't have to name call anybody. So I don't mind joking with people, calling out FAMU, calling out Rashawn McKay this, but there's a level of respect as we as people should all have. I mean, this is what kills me about this thing now. With this, we just say what we want to say. Y'all would say that shit in my face. You would say it in Scotty's face. You would say it in Mr. Ford's face. See, I come from that place, bro. That's where I come from. So cut it out. That's my problem with all this, man. So my thing is, we can agree to disagree. Now, Mr. Ford, I'm going to have to agree with Scotty because you know what? Sometimes innovation happens when there is a new and fresh face that looks at something different. HBCU football has been stagnant for about 20 years. We got to acknowledge that. We can't sit back and say, oh, everything's been okay. It has not been okay. You want me to say I know it's not been okay? Because of the football draft picks that we don't have. That means our football has not been good just by draft picks. And I will tell you this, Scotty, we didn't play no white schools back in the day, and we had draft picks. So both of those can be correct. When all those guys between the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even to the 2000s, they wasn't playing white schools every week. We were getting better players. Guess what's happening now? You did a great show, you and Blue, where now we are getting better players. Guess what's going to happen, guys? We're probably going to have draft picks. We're getting better players. Better players equal people that go to the NFL. That's a fact. So what I would hope on this show is that people will allow each other to speak. Scotty, you, Mr. Ford, when you call in, and let's have a discussion, and let's stop talking over each other, and let's stop disrespecting what happened. Because I'll go to the other side, Mr. Ford. We've seen this experiment about being in a white conference, Tennessee State. How did that work out for the last 30 years? So don't tell me we have not seen that. It didn't work, and it's cost Tennessee State a whole lot of money. Now, if NCAP wants to run and go to CAA, that's on them. God bless them. Good luck. But you still got your ass whooped when you play FAMU. So that's for you, Roy. How about that? If you want to take shots. See, don't come with that. Because, see, I know it just like you do. Me and you the same age. I know the record. How about that? So you can't out-talk me when it comes to this. And academics. How about that? So this upsets me. So, Scotty, I love what you're doing. And this is what I always said to you. Bring the conversation to the table. Never back down. Never back down from the conversation. But always respect the other side. Because to Mr. Ford's point, there are things that you and Blue do not know and sometimes don't understand. And that's not your fault. At least I respect you. Because you and I talk and you try to understand. That's all I ask for anybody here, is to listen to each other and try to understand each other's point. But that stuff that we're laughing and joking, calling people crackheads and stuff like that, no, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept nobody calling Scotty a Sambo, because we're better than that. We are better than that, folks. So like I say, if you want to talk football, talk football. If you want to talk politics with me, call in. I will do it all with you about the economics of HBCUs, pro and con. But we got to stop this. So I just wanted to call in Scotty, because Mr. Ford, you got to let Scotty talk so he can ask you questions, because you're giving knowledge. But you can't just overtalk him all the time. And I know you get upset because I understand your frustration. Because my parents understand your frustration. We talk about it all the time. But do not let these guys like Blue, and I got to defend Blue, and again, I'm not that guy, but I am. Because that kid is giving some good content. I appreciate it. No, he doesn't know everything about the sway, and he doesn't understand the politics. But I will tell you this, he's acknowledged the inequities. I've heard him say it because I've gotten on his white ass, and I say it with a lot of love. When he was talking that, I'm like, Blue, you don't know what you're talking about. I've told Scotty that. I have said that on this channel. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You got to understand the nuances of what we're talking about. It's not that simple. Just go play a white school and whatever. No, I understand why we don't. But I know, and I'm going to say this for FAMU, and I'm going to say it for Jack State. They have never been scared to play anybody. But I tell you what, they ain't stupid either. I don't want FAMU to go play someone and get their ass beat 77-0 if we're not ready. But I tell you what, with these recruiting classes, we should be ready. Scotty, to your point. And then let's play them. I want us to go up and play Kennesaw. I want Jackson State to play whoever they should play. So, no, I don't want them to be scared, but I want them to understand. So that's all I got to say. But, folks, please, with this name calling, man, y'all are driving me nuts.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, I got A&T call back in. Do you want them on the conference with you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. Hey, Mr. Roy, you on with Mr. Campbell?
Are we on the same time?
Yeah. Part 2.
Hey, yeah, part 2. So let me do this. I didn't do it the last time. So, Steven, and I ain't calling no mister, because, yeah, we the same age.
No, wait. I never asked, first of all, that's a joke between me and Scotty. Don't see, you already starting this off wrong. See, now, if you want to go there, I'm much funnier and wittier than you, Roy. So if you want to be funny, I'm going to let you start, but I'm going to end it. Because like you say, Scotty, he don't miss, I don't miss never. So go ahead. Hang on.
Now, I thought you just told Scotty and Mr. Ford not to be talking over each other. Didn't you just do that?
Well, no, I'm not going to let you disrespect me either, because that's what you came out to respect.
Hang on a second. That's what the reason they started talking over each other is because they don't like what's being said, disrespect or not. Now, you doing it the same way you telling them not to do it. Let me finish. So, how many of those 2 victories, how many celebration bowls do you want to trade for those 2 victories you got?
Wait a minute. Say that. Okay. So hold on. Let me get. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Okay. I want to make sure. I don't want to overtalk you. I want to make sure I'm FAMU, right?
Of course, I'm talking about FAMU.
Okay. Let me tell you. Well, let me tell you something. Because I know you live in alternate facts. 44 wins versus 17 wins, FAMU over North Carolina. 15 national championships versus your 3, FAMU over North Carolina A&T. Number 1 public HBCU for the last 10 years over North Carolina A&T. Don't let me keep going. Don't let me keep going. So yes, I will never trade FAMU's history for new money because our money is long and our money always growing. So you might have got $3 a day, but baby, we've had $30 yesterday.
Yeah. So
okay. See, that's what happens. This is what happens. See, Roy is the type of guy. He gets a credit card in the mail, and they raised his limit. I'm the type of guy they gave a black card to already, because that's what FAMU does.
Okay, so
we ain't the same. In the great women, the good words of Shadur Sanders, there's a difference.
So hang on a second. So I like how you deflected from my question.
No, I like how I answered your question.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, and I said we won't trade it. I said no, we will not trade it because we live on history.
One at a time. One at a time. Go ahead, Roy.
I asked you a question.
Ahead, Roy.
You did not answer. You went to a whole bunch of other stuff.
No, I did answer. I said no, I would not trade it. Is that clear?
So you wouldn't trade the two victories that you got for Celebration Bowl?
No, for what?
Oh, okay,
because,
cool.
See, no, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. No, let me be quiet. Go ahead, you finish.
I get you. You don't want to trade. I understand you want 2 regular season wins for the pinnacle of HBCU football that we won 4 out of 5 years that you didn't get to 1.
Okay, so wait, Scotty. See, this is what I'm talking about new money. See, when we go back, let me tell you something. So this is where the argument always happens. We actually won what Scotty's talking about. The whole big thing. We did that. We built this joint, bro. Wait. FAMU has more playoff wins than any HBCU. Do you have that? No, you don't. Have you ever won the NCAA national championship? No, you haven't. So no, I'm not gonna trade $5 for 20. So you know what, Roy? This is the thing where we keep trying to tell you, and this is what Mr. Ford tries to tell y'all. I'm happy that North Carolina A&T had a nice run. But y'all ain't the first one that had this run. Southern had a run like that. FAMU had a run like that. Jackson State didn't lose a conference game for 6 years. Grambling had a run like that. But see, y'all knew money. And that's all you remember. See, you sound like a damn millennial. You think the world was started in 2000. Well, I'm going to tell you, brother, the world started way before then. And you should know that because you and I are the same age. So see, for me, my clock doesn't start when I win. My clock starts when I start. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Go ahead, Roy. Hold on, Mr. Gamble.
North Carolina A&T ain't the same.
Hold on, Mr. Gamble. Go ahead, Roy.
So tell me this. All those ships that y'all won back in the day, I'm cool with it. Matter of fact, I salute and I honor you all. Grambling, Tennessee State, Florida A&M, Jackson State, all that stuff. I'm cool with that. But how were your championships won? Were they won on the field or were they voted for?
Okay, I'm gonna say
I'm just asking.
I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question.
Yeah.
They were won the same way when Alabama and Miami won theirs by the AP poll. But guess what? Alabama and Miami still claim their championships, don't they?
Well,
so you gonna tell me Miami has never played in a playoff. But I tell you what, if you go down to the University of Miami, and I represent a guy there, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna say. We won 5 national championships. You think Alabama just now can't win? Wait. I'm answering your question. See, I'm gonna give you historical perspective. So you telling me Alabama don't count a national championship until the BCS and all that started? Or wrong? So, bro, it don't work like that. See, you can't come to me like that. See, you new money. That's a new money answer. I get it.
Okay.
Money.
So let me. Scotty, you're on here, right?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm just
okay. Cool. So, Scotty, tell me this: which is better? Voted on ships or on field ships?
I'm always gonna go on the field.
That's right.
Okay, wait a minute. So wait a minute. So what we're doing is for the people. So everybody starting until the playoffs, whatever they're called, the college playoffs start. No national championship counted before that on the FCS level, on the FBS level. So no championship counted there.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
That's exactly what you're saying. Because that's how you do know that's how they voted champions, right? It wasn't on the field they were voted for.
That's facts.
Steven.
I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
Steven, let me do it. I didn't say they didn't count. I asked Scotty which is better, on field or voted on. I had 4 championships before.
I'm going to answer your question because you see, this is the false argument. There was no Celebration Bowl then. So they had to go within the rules that they go. You see, this is the problem. Don't discount another man's work because you did it different.
Ooh,
and see,
that's a bar. That's a bar.
That's a disrespect.
That's a bar.
Because, see, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. If for North Carolina A&T, wait a minute, hold on. Do you all have a winning record? Wait. Answer this question. Do you all have a winning record against? Do you all have a winning record against South Carolina State?
No.
Okay, no. Do you have a winning record against FAMU?
No.
Okay, so the big dogs in the conference, you don't even have a winning record, but you want to discount that. So stop it.
No. Here's what I'm saying to you. Is on the field, winning is better than voted on winning. And what we did. Now listen, I got 4 championships voted on too, or 5, I think. 4 or 5. I got the same thing, but I'm still gonna say my voted on championships are not better than me beating the other teams on the field. It's just a fact. We can argue.
No, wait. See. Okay, hold on, Trump. Wait. Hold on, Trump.
You cut me off.
Wait. Hold on. Let me just respond to that. Let me respond to that.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Talk about. Finish your point. Hold on. Finish your point, bro. Finish your point.
The BCS is the same way. These playoff championships that have been won on the field are better than the ones that were voted on, because they did it on the field.
All right, so let me interject real quick. All right, so I'm not taking anybody's side, but you have to put in the faction. You can't say anybody that won a championship in the BCS era when they were voting is less than what people are doing now in the playoffs, because they didn't have that system in place. So as it changed, the requirements changed. Now, yes, you have to earn it on the field. Before, that wasn't the requirement. All you had to do was get voted number 1 and win your bowl game. That's why you have co-champions and all that. Somebody feeling they are a champion, somebody feeling they're not a champion. So you can't say, is that what we would like to see football go down to on the field? Absolutely. We would like to see the championship get dictated on the field. But until recently, that was not the case. So that's so that means all your ones that you were voted on as well, Roy, that means they don't mean anything. You know, and you can't do that.
No.
And you wouldn't do that to your own team.
You're right. I'm not saying they don't mean anything. I'm not saying they aren't championships. I'm saying that the ones on the field are better. I got 4.
But Roy, listen, see, this is the problem. Alternate facts, that's what's called an opinion. I know you guys got a dictionary in CAT. That's called an opinion. That's not called a fact.
How about this? The voted on ones are everybody's opinion, but the ones that are played on the field ain't no opinion.
Wait a minute. See, listen. Okay, I'm going to help you out.
Opinion.
I'm going to help you out because you don't know the difference between a fact and an opinion. Both of those are opinions.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
No, you just tried to make a statement as a fact, correcting you. That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
The voted on ones are opinions.
Mr. Roy, let Mr. Campbell finish.
No doubt about it.
Let Mr. Campbell finish.
I know you probably know football. People consider the 2001 Miami team the greatest team of all time. Okay?
Their opinion.
Wait a minute, exactly.
Let them finish.
Exactly.
Let them finish.
Exactly. So just like what you just said, people might believe that, but it's an opinion. Playing the celebration, I'm a big proponent of the Celebration Bowl. Everybody knows that. I appreciate that you all winning the Celebration Bowl. I have no disrespect for that. Okay? But do not discount anybody before when there was no Celebration Bowl, because there were great teams. And first of all, and let me just tell you this, go back to this opinion. Your teams still don't stack up because the draft picks don't say wise of the greatest all-time teams. You have teams that have players that are in the Hall of Fame that played on championship teams. You will never have a Hall of Fame player, okay? So your talent was not that great. So let's move to the point. Wait. Let me finish because you talked. Let me finish.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go ahead.
Let's get back to Scotty's point. Nobody has a problem with you all playing. When you beat somebody, everybody from HBCU land is happy. But do not discount the fact that you all went to the Big South. That clearly was a failure, because if it wasn't a failure, you wouldn't be leaving. Because if it was so good, you would have stayed. We've seen what happened to Tennessee State. You guys are going to the CAA. I hope you do well. But I tell you what, it does not matter, because of all you've had. You still, when you play FAMU the last couple of times, you got your ass whooped. So guess what? Your talent still ain't that great, as Scotty is telling you. Now, how about that? That's a fact. We do know that's a fact, right?
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, let me clear everybody up on this call around why we're leaving the Big South and going to the CAA.
Please.
We wanted to go to the CAA originally. It was our first choice. But guess what? The CAA was not open for new membership. He brought it up, Scotty, so I gotta clear everybody up. Now, because of what happened in the NCAA landscape with all these changes, and eventually James Madison leaving the CAA opened their membership back up. Hampton, Monmouth left the Big South to go. Hampton been trying to go for 40 years. We were contacted in November by the CAA, not us going to them. We did our due diligence. We figured out and negotiated with them and to make North-South divisions to fit what we wanted from saving money and not spending all that money. And we accepted their invitation because they opened up, and that's what we wanted to do originally. So it wasn't because the Big South failed. It was because of the changing landscape of NCAA football. We got an invitation from them, and we did our due diligence around what we wanted and needed. They agreed, and that's why we went. So all this foolishness around the Big South fail is not the case.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that if those teams hadn't left the Big South, you guys would have left?
If the CAA would have opened up and made the invitation to us and broke their conference up into divisions, that it did not impact our travel schedule so very much, yes, we would have left, because that's what we wanted to do in the first place.
Well,
okay.
Listen, wait a minute. I don't want to hog Scotty. I'm going to say this, and then he can say whatever, because I don't want to hog your show up. You got a lot of great people that want to call in. We're here.
Scotty loves me.
No. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
so now we begin in diminishing returns. Good luck on that. But I'm
thank you.
What? I bet on black. So I will gladly take what we're recruiting in the SWAC, getting the players that we're getting, because what I did notice is that the SWAC schools had better recruiting classes than anything that you had this year, and they're going to keep building on that. And we will see you again, and just like we see you on the football field, just like Hampton did and whooped y'all ass, so with every other HBCU. That's all I got to say. So FAMU forever, good.
Wait.
That's it. I'm good, bro.
I'm cool with it. Yeah. You can jump off, Scotty. Let me make this statement.
All right, go ahead.
I agree with you. Hampton won a football game, but guess what we did? We beat the team that beat your best team that beat you on the field.
Football is not transitive.
South Carolina State.
Football's not transitive. You can't do that.
Well, I'm just saying. So I'm just saying to him that we beat the team that beat them.
Once again,
and so
football's not transitive. You can't do that. So, you know.
Hey, look. But the facts, I get you. I agree with that 100% because different matchups and all that stuff. But we beat their best team.
But you're still bringing
and we beat the team that beat their best team.
You're still bringing it up.
So let me go back to this, Scotty. I don't know. I think you kind of bootlicking here. I think you bootlicking FAMU because you picked them this time. You drafted them or whatever it is you're doing to try to say that, to almost throw some water on the fact that on field winning is better than voted on winning. I get it that
okay, so
in the past it was different rules around how you do this thing and voted on.
Let me help you
out. But I'm still going to say my championship.
Let me help you
out. And the on-field championship that South Carolina State got is better than the ones that were voted on because they were.
Sir. I mean, come on, bro. Like that's an illogical statement because of the simple fact of the matter is that you can't compare to the past because once again they didn't have that in place. Also, the MEAC doesn't have a MEAC championship. So if there was so everything that happens within, you know what I'm saying? Because how does FAMU feel? We beat y'all and y'all going to the Celebration Bowl. So if there was a MEAC championship, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
If there was a MEAC championship, there would be a definite winner. So once again, there's no definite even winner of the MEAC. It's opinion based, because if that's the case, it would be like, well, why are we sending North Carolina A&T based off your logic? Why are we sending North Carolina A&T to the MEAC championship when FAMU has already beat them? Make that make sense to me.
Oh yeah, I'll make it make sense. 2018, FAMU had it in the bag. They beat us, but then they lost. Here's how so you go by these rules and where you end up in standings. So the MEAC had rules around standings. And so it depended on what you did on and off the field, whether it was head to head or not, where you end up in your standings is where you go get out of it. And so that's how we got it, is because our record, based on the rules that we had, was better than FAMU, even though they weren't on the field. Matter of fact, okay, I'll tell you what, 2018 and 19, Morgan and FAMU could have said, well, we should have gone to the Celebration Bowl, because guess what? They beat it.
Well, from what I'm seeing, they said this, they were on probation, so they couldn't go anyway. So, but hey,
well, that was 19. Yeah, that was 19. They couldn't go.
Yeah,
so it really didn't matter.
Yeah, all right. Well, appreciate the call, Roy. All right, appreciate it. All right, so let me get. I got one caller in front of you, Smash, and I'm gonna take you. Hey, what's up, Bridges? Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, Scotty?
What's good?
Hold up for a second.
You better bring some energy. You better bring some energy. You sound like you sleep. You better bring some energy, or you can get hung up on.
Hey, I know, because Mr. Campbell, them two boys was on it. So let me get back to this football thing. Oh yeah, A&T, you lost the game and you lost the fight the last time you played. Just let me say that for a second. I think it was Mr. Ford about how we don't need to be playing all these other schools and just keep everything black and all this other stuff about we need to stick to our culture. It's been plenty of times where just to give you an example, it's been plenty of times where people bought contracts to FAM because we're the ideal school, we're this and we're that. And the old money people, I ain't trying to disrespect old money because they do teacher stuff, they do, do stuff like that. The old money people didn't see no benefit of i.e. Pepsi or i.e. Coca-Cola, putting their name on something or putting their mark on something or putting, just their title on something to make more revenue or to make more money generate. My thing is, Scotty, how would you feel about, you see a contract with Pepsi, a Gatorade, and it's for the school, and you see it's going to make money for you in the long run, and people just, people in the office say, you ain't reading the black and white of what you see. It is all fake. How would you feel if, that happened to you?
I'll say this. If Coca-Cola and Pepsi or Gatorade, whatever, wanted to come give money to an HBCU, I say no. You know why I say no? Because they're not owned by black people. That's why. We don't need their money. You know what I'm saying? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. You know what I'm saying? So no, I am not taking their money because it's from the white man, and the white devil can't give me no money. You understand what I'm saying? Do you hear me? That's why I wouldn't take Coca-Cola's money, nor would I take Pepsi's money. The white man will not dictate the funding of my institution. Just want to make that very clear. But go ahead.
All right, and to Mr. Ford again, there's somebody at FAMU that's didn't attend FAMU. There's a lot of people that didn't attend FAMU or probably didn't think about FAMU in the first place of working. And there's a lot of people in the front office working at FAMU that didn't go to FAMU. So like we got the Nike contract. We got the LeBron. We got ESPN coming. There's a lot of people that didn't work for family making this stuff come into fruition. So sometimes you need to give people chances, because if you don't give them chances, like, you never know what you're going to get out of that person.
Yo,
they may have a connection.
That's huge. Yo, Bridges, man, you are speaking facts on that. If you never give the man an opportunity, you never know what he can bring to your institution by your connections. Great freaking point. Go ahead, keep going.
Because like the dude, the AD, he was from Miami. He literally went to the U. He went to the U, so you know how legendary the U is. Right?
Yep.
Like, I'm pretty sure that was like, oh, this is the place I'm gonna work at. I attend here. But literally, came to FAMU. He gathered people outside of FAMU. And now, like, FAMU is thriving, because when I was working there was a whole bunch of old money, a whole bunch of old folks that did go to FAMU. And it was a slow, steady beating horse. And now that I come back and see what's going on, it's like a whole 360. You got a new field house. You got turf. They rebuilding the stadium. They putting Wi-Fi in the stadium. And Wi-Fi was never trying to get into the stadium, the football stadium. Now you getting Wi-Fi in the stadium, so people can upload on Instagram. People can download videos. People can see what other score is. Instead of calling AT&T and Verizon.
First of all, why?
You know how much money
No, Bridges. Why are we using the white man's internet? Why are we using the white man's internet? That's the problem with you HBCUs now. You're using the white man's internet, trying to get the white. See, that's how the white man knows what you're doing, because you're using the white man's internet. But go ahead, Bridges. Sick and tired of this mess.
But yeah, so we call them Verizon, AT&T out, and all these other cell phone companies that have a tower out there every home game. So now you're wasting money every season trying to contact somebody to bring a tower out there so people's cell phones can work, when you should have just been invested in a Wi-Fi system that's going to help you 5-10 years down the run. You can save money and put it into other stuff that you can use for your athletics or your team, or hire more people to help you to fund this HBCU culture. And last thing, Scotty, the FCS, they look at people who we play outside the conference more than who we play in the conference. They understand, okay, we have to play this many teams in the conference. So if they're trying to rank us, or if they're trying to see, okay, this is the strength of schedule they only playing one team outside the conference. If it's a decent team, okay, they're going to rank your boosting up a little bit more. If it's an okay team, they're going to see what's what. But if you're not playing any FCS mediocre teams, I ain't even going to say good teams.
Yeah.
Mediocre teams, we're not going to be ranked top 25 in the beginning of the season for probably like another year or two. I mean, I understand we getting all these recruits in, that's good, but we need to start playing mediocre teams just to see what can we do. That's why I do tip my hat off to A&T. They are playing FCS teams. They're not playing all ACC teams. I understand they're in a different conference, but still, like, I tip my hat off to them. They went over there. They tried to do their best, and they took a couple of L's and they won some. So I give them a round of applause. I say keep going, keep pushing. Expand. But that's all I gotta say, Scott.
Hey, appreciate the call, Bridges. Hey, man, before I get to these callers, let me say something real quick, because I got to get this off my chest. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told me that we, as the black men and women of the world, we need to get away from these white man institutions. Okay, I want to make that very clear, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has told me that the white man can't do nothing for us. Okay, you know what? Why are we using Wilson footballs on the football field? You know who Wilson was? Wilson is a white man that had black men on the football field. We need to use a black man making footballs. First of all, and we need more black referees. All right. We shouldn't be painting no lines white. They need to be black. We should be sick and tired of playing in the white man's lines. We should be sick and tired of playing in the white man's box, okay? We need to have our own box, okay? Because as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would say, we need to play in the black box, okay? So all these institutions trying to bring us money, trying to give us dollars, negative, okay? We need to give the black dollar. We need to get the black sponsorships and the blackness, all right? Now, the goalpost, I don't mind the goalpost being yellow because they have no affiliation. They have no affiliation. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would say, all right, blessings be to Allah that we that we play in a black box. Okay? So once again, I'm gonna say this. Okay? Plymouth Rock. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. What's up, babe? In black letters. With a black face, okay? Oh, man. Hey, what's up, Smash? Talk to me.
Hey, look, before all this fucking make shit got started, listen, I just want to say we the people. We the people.
We the black congregation.
Look, I'm going back to Roy. We the people of the jury find Roy guilty of setting the Aggies back. I ain't never seen anybody get their ass chewed up and spit out like Mr. Campbell did him with the fact. Listen, two of my friends from A&T was listening to the show and they texted me. They were like, going to the Big South didn't fail. What is this nigga talking about? I had got off the show and I got back on when he was talking about it. And I was like, that's been the biggest fail in y'all recent history. Then when Mr. Campbell told that boy, he was like, Southern had a run, if FAMU had a run, y'all just got to run. Y'all got that new money.
That new money.
Hey, you should have immediately went and got the damn wig and the gavel and said, you are guilty. So I just called in to say, for any Aggie fans out there, bro, the next time y'all call back in, y'all got to have something to shake back from that ass over there Mr. Campbell gave y'all, dog. Because right now, I don't care what conference y'all go through, it ain't looking good for y'all in this show or in this chat because that was bad, boy. Oh, my God. All right, Scott, that's my time.
Oh.
People, out of this motherfucker.
Boy, you stupid, boy. You done. All right, appreciate the call, man. Hey, what's up, Mr. Nash? Talk to me.
Hey, Scott, how you doing, man? Can you hear me? Let me turn it down.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Man, Scott, your show, this topic here might be the best you ever had, man, because you got people fired up.
Facts.
But, Scott, you are right. We have to, I'm with you, I like competition. And if you look at the schedule, Scott, like I say, Jackson State, as you say, won the SWAC, but they're out of conference schedule week. You have 3 out of conference schedule games. And I agree. You have to play better competition. And you're talking about getting the guys going to the pros. You have to play better competition because a SWAC schedule is weak. So in order for us to get better, we're going to have to step up and play better competition. Alcorn is playing. I think they got pretty good out of conference schedule. McNeese, Tulane, and Stephen F. Austin.
Definitely do.
That's a good schedule. And I don't believe in playing a Power 5, but I'm just saying, but we have to play a better out of conference schedule to improve our SWAC conference. It's just that simple. And people can't get mad when you call them out. And, I'm like, and that's one of the problems that we in the SWAC have. We still, in the past, we have to look ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Ford, I like him. He's diehard. I mean, and I didn't like the guy calling in disrespect him. And I'm glad you called him out on that. And it's okay to disagree. And like I say, I what you have done for the SWAC, I think has been outstanding. But when you call stuff out, people can't get upset because you're telling the truth. And sometimes, the truth hurts.
That's facts.
Yeah. And like you say, we got these big celebrities with money. Like I say, my question is, we talking about ESPN. Why we not talking about BE2 and TV1 not putting games on TV? See, we don't want to call them out. We talking about ESPN. Why we can't call out the other station?
That's facts.
So, but in order for us to get better, we're gonna have to upgrade our out of conference schedule. Just that simple.
No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly, Mr. Nash. I appreciate you calling in. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Well, hey, look, had your wife call me. I told her I got something for you. Had your wife call me. You got my number.
Yeah, I got you. We'll make that happen.
Okay. Hey, I got one question for you. It's sports related. I don't know if you can do it now, but what you think about the Coach Floyd situation in Miami? Calling that the NFL.
You talking about Flores?
Yeah.
I mean, I it had to happen. I mean, I feel bad that he had to take a defensive assistant job with Mike Tomlin, but that's Mike Tomlin looking out for his people. I really appreciate that, and shout out to Mike Tomlin for that, because that's mad respect. But listen, even with Colin Kaepernick, somebody has to take the step. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are scared. To take that step, but it takes somebody who wants to see change to make that step, and everybody has, you can't complain and then not sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So I just wish more people would take his initiative, including the players, you know what I'm saying, and take on that stand.
God, I've been saying that for the longest thing, because somebody had to explain to me why Eric Benjamin do not have a head coaching job. I don't understand that.
Yeah, to me, once again, the thing with the NFL is the teams are so big and the money is so disproportional that the top players make a lot of the money, but the low-level guys, they actually make most of the decisions for the NFL because there's more of them. There's more low-level guys that don't get paid a lot than are the high-level guys. So, when they do the CBAs and people want to strike, well, the lower-level guys don't want to strike because they ain't making that much money anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff you gotta. That's the stuff that you have to have happen. You have to have the lower level guys who don't get paid that much to be okay with taking a strike for a stand until things change. And if that doesn't happen, then 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. But we'll see going forward. We'll see.
Right. Then also my last comment on this guy is that I think it would change when we get people like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers to speak out, paid man, and these guys to speak out. Then I think it would change it would change faster.
See that to me, I would disagree, because there's power. Okay. There's power in numbers. So I don't give a damn if Peyton I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't affect nobody's bottom line, because Tom Brady speaking out, Aaron Rodgers speaking out, what's that going to do? They're going to be on the field tomorrow and playing the game. That don't mean nothing. It's power in numbers. So you don't want to treat black people fairly? Okay. When half your league is gone, sitting at the couch, and all your best players, because your quarterback, most of the best players are black. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But at the time, it is what it is. But hey, appreciate the call, Mr. Nash.
Okay. All right. Take care, man.
So let me say this. Let me go back to somebody. I saw somebody in the comments I wanted to address. This one. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Why play a tough schedule? Like, bro, I'm not asking you. I'm literally asking you to play Bama's in your division. Like, listen to what you're saying. Why play a tough? I'm not asking you to schedule 3 FBS teams. That's a tough schedule. I'm literally asking you to play teams in your conference. You're 45 and stumbling. You ain't living. You're 45 and stumbling, okay? 45 and living. What? A tough schedule to play, bro. You know what you sound like? If you were coaching a 13-U team and somebody tells you, "Hey, you want to play a 13-U team in Florida and you're in Georgia," you're like, "That's too tough for me." They're in the same division. You got the same, bro. Your 13-year-olds and they have 13-year-olds. Now, you can't help if your guys ain't as big or as tall, but it's not out of confidence. Whoa, shout out to Miss Lynn. Shout out to Miss Lynn. So what are we doing, bro? What are we doing, man? So miss me with that, bro. Why are we playing tough schedules? You're playing people in your conference. Like, how is that a tough schedule? She trying to be the new booster of the year. She trying to be the new booster of the year. Shout out to Miss Lynn. Dropping that bank. Appreciate you, Miss Lynn. Thank you so much. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
How you doing, Scotty? This is Johnny. He's been turning my volume up. I appreciate the show today. It's a great topic. I'm gonna go back to what Mr. Campbell was saying earlier. I think Mr. Campbell. But they both right. He was talking about the historical significance of the SWAC and a lot of the things that's going wrong. And you're right as well when you're saying that today, if you're not getting your fair money, go get your own money. But and I would say this, and this is part of the disagreement I have with some of the decisions the current SWAC commissioner made when he put that exclusive contract, agreed to the exclusive contract with ESPN. He tied the hands of the schools to where they couldn't go. FAMU, Grambling, Southern, Alcorn, they couldn't go to OWN and say, "Hey, we want to have a game on OWN, and what's your offer?" They couldn't do that because it's under exclusive contract with the ESPN. Also, too, I mean, you're also right too when you said if you're not getting a fair shake at state funding, then go create your own. But if the schools don't put the game on TV and locally in their market, which they can do under the current contract, your black-owned banks can't buy commercials. So, and that's part of our problem. We don't have those other ancillary ways to make revenue. Now, the American banking system is collateral-based lending. If you a land grant, that means you owned by the state. You can't do collateral-based lending. You can't get money put in if you only way you can get money is alumni or a private company donates. You can't do like Harvard, Yale, and all these other schools as private institutions and go out and put your endowment as collateral and go get hundreds of millions of dollars or 50 million and tens of millions of dollars at a time. You can't do it. You can't take your endowment and put it in a private trust or equity or some type of portfolio platform to raise money because you're a public institution, you land grant. So it's an oxymoron to say that we're going to raise money, but you can't because you're a land grant and it has to be approved by the state and the government the way they do it. The last thing I want to say, I really appreciate the topic. You're causing a lot of debate, a lot of discussion, and you're opening people's eyes to what the possibilities of competition should look like. And that's a great thing. But we at the SWAC, we got to play, there's an old adage, I'll put it this way. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go together. And the reason why I believe that people are saying A&T should come to the SWAC, because they will bring that bully power to enable the SWAC to negotiate the contract they want. If I'm going to sign an exclusive contract with ESPN, I should be able to say, ESPN, I want you to create a show and cover our division. I should be able to say that I want to have certain things come with this contract. But I didn't. They didn't do that. So what? So, each school get a certain amount of money with the contract, but what did they do with the money? Did any of the SWAC schools go hire a consultant so they can start producing their games? No, they didn't. They didn't do anything but take that money and put it in the general fund, and we don't know what happened because it went down the rabbit hole after that, especially Alcorn. I can only speak on Alcorn. Now, I will say this. Alcorn had over $200 million in the 90s. And Alcorn is the only black school in this country that's got 3 campuses with dorms. It's all full. But, that's what we shoot our own self in the foot over and over again. And they should have never let Jay Hobson go. They should have gave that man what he was asking for. But that's my time. I want to hear your thoughts on other ways that schools can be creative to raise money and be, because it's not just football.
My thoughts is this. If you don't know how to make money, go to Bamas who do. It's just that's that's why I have a conscience committee, right? My conscience committee consists of like a few people who are I got two people who are business owners. They own their own business, right? So when they talk to me about marketing and metrics and analytics and numbers, I'm going to listen to them because they make money. You know, like that just makes sense to me. So why would I not go hire or consult with somebody that knows how to get money? It doesn't make sense. You know, you might not like their color, but green spins for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but go ahead.
That's what I want to say. All right. So look, I can't talk about what I heard. I'm not going to talk about what I know. I bought 364 acres of land right across the street from Alcorn. I called the school, tried to call the president. I called 3 times a day for 4 weeks straight. I got every excuse in the world of why the president couldn't talk on the phone. So, you know, Alcorn got its own issues. Then nobody want to talk to me until that Bentley rolled up on campus. And you can't come on campus unless you go through the security gate. They want to know who you're here to see and what you want to do. Oh, now they want to talk. And it ain't just Alcorn like that. Southern like that too. I don't know about Grambling, but I do know Southern like that too. My grandfather sponsored homecoming in '85. They named the agriculture building after my grandfather's brother. They wanted to name it after him. But since his brother passed away, he said, no, name it after him. And they did that. Okay. I would say this, you know, my family has been involved with investing and donating money to Southern and Alcorn since before I was living. That's the life I grew up in. There's a lot of things going on around these schools that could benefit the school. But Negroes get in positions and won't answer the phone when people call. I don't know what they're doing. It seems like they don't do that at FAMU. It seems like we need 1,000 Dr. Lawyers at Alcorn and stuff. We need more people like Smash at Alcorn and stuff. We need more people like that, definitely at Grambling, because you got 4,000 acres for sale around Grambling, and Negroes can't seem to find a bank to buy it. But we want to fight somebody over the sweat. But when it comes time to put money out your pocket, you can't answer the phone. It's a whole lot of things that's wrong with the sweat. You know, I don't want to go into too much detail because I have to start naming names and I have to pull out receipts. But I will say this. I went down to Alcorn with my partners. We were going to buy 3,000 acres of land, and we were going to bring a NASCAR track, and we had Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team to come in, want to come in and be part of designing the track. The president wouldn't even answer the phone. We talked to everybody around the president, so I know she knows I'm talking, who I am. Wouldn't answer the phone. All we wanted them to do was to include mechanical engineering, auto engineering, motor, whatever you're going to call it, as a curriculum at the school. Now, we had Toyota and all these other people willing to come in, but since I went to Alcorn, I wanted to take the money back to my school, and these people won't even answer the phone. So I got my own bone to pick, but I'm going to pick mine. I ain't got to worry about it. I'm going to call them all out because I got receipts. But I'm just saying like this. If we're going to play the game, it starts with the money. And if you can't tie the school's hand with an exclusive contract to where the school can't even go out and negotiate to put their own game on TV, that's best interest for their pocket. And I think that was the issue with the Tennessee State and Jackson State game. That deal was cooked. And now you got Eddie George and Deion Sanders as coach. The value has changed. That contract needs to be renegotiated. But you can't negotiate a $10 million deal with somebody who only got $2 million. He ain't got it. And he can't get it because it's an exclusive contract in place already. That's my time. I gotta go, but I want your thoughts on that.
All right, no problem. Appreciate the call. Oh wow. Can I get my likes up though? Hey, what's up, Dan? Talk to me.
Oh wow. Man, this is all over the place today. All right, now, like with the dude you just called talking about the commissioner or whatever. The commissioner works at the behest of these presidents. So if he has a contract, those presidents agree to it. And if you look at some of his interviews, which some people need to start doing, you'll see that they're using this contract really as a bargaining chip for the next contract, which is coming up. So everything that happened in this contract, they're going to use it as a bargaining chip for the next contract.
Hold on, Dan. Hold on, Dan, real quick.
Yeah.
So you want people to go watch the commissioner interviews when he barely interviews on most platforms. First of all, he go on platforms, right? He go on platforms that don't have no viewership. He goes on HBCU game day. It's like out the blue, so nobody really has a chance to really like know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, a pop-up interview. So you're like, damn, like, you mean you can go back and watch it, but I'm just saying. But if he came on here, you know what I'm saying? If he would come on here, then you know he can really push his narrative. But that's my little plug. But go ahead.
I mean, I agree with you on that, but Scott, at the same time, you be having too many sidewalk fans that get on there just to agree, just to be agreeing with stuff.
I got a lot of pushback. I get a lot of pushback though, but go ahead.
You right. I mean, but the thing is, I mean, you like you said, he do go on those other platforms. They just got to go in there and look. If you're a true SWAC fan and not just a sidewalk fan, go in there and look. Because if you got time to call this show and watch this show, you got time to watch the other ones too. I mean, I ain't trying to take away your viewership or nothing like that. Keep on watching this one.
You ain't. Trust me, you ain't. Go ahead. Trust me, you ain't.
All right, but Scotty, when you be talking about out of conference scheduling, like, give it. I want to know, like, what do you mean by it? I mean, like, in detail, what are you talking about? Because, like, these SWAC schools, they do schedule those schools. Southern, they play those SoCon schools all the time, especially McNeese. Same with Grambling. The same with Alcorn. They play out of schedule. Hell, Valley play out of conference schedule. Alabama State just got out of a 6-year contract with Kennesaw State.
So,
and before that, they were playing Jacksonville State.
Let me.
Kind of like, what do you mean?
You're right. I'll give you that. You're right. My thing is this, right? So what I've seen is a push that more fans are like, yo, we should do what Laxton State is doing and go all SWAC, right? So I'm really fighting that narrative, right? That's the narrative I'm fighting, because to me, I'm like, you can't beat anybody. I won't say anybody. That's not true. You have beat people, but not to a certain extent. But you're having a hard time beating out of conference opponents, but you want to do an all SWAC conference. You want to do an all SWAC opponent schedule. That doesn't make sense to me, because you want to compete against other competition. You know what I'm saying? That has been notoriously known for beating you. You know what I'm saying? So why not go out there and play one game and see where you're at, or play, win, and like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm just not a fan of going all SWAC anything. That just bothers me. All SWAC and D2, that bothers me. So if that's a narrative people want to push, I'm never going to be on that bandwagon. I'm always going to be for but to me, my issue with it this year is that the two teams that that have a good upside with Southern and Laxton State, they don't want to go play nobody. How you not want to go play nobody? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you went to LSU.
I agree with you.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I agree with you on that for this year. That scheduling for this year, that was some BS. Now, certain teams, they have certain situations. It's on a school by school, basis or whatever. Some may have the rivalries with those D2 teams that, go back to when forever. All the way back to, when they first started playing football or whatever.
Now, let me
but,
say this,
certain schools do have leeway in scheduling.
Hold on.
I was disappointed.
The only one I wanted to see is Tuskegee against Alabama State. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that this year because Reggie. Go ahead.
Tuskegee back out. They be wanting more than they get paid good money.
Okay.
I'm talking about they get paid like FBS Power 5 money to go play that game, but they be wanting more. But at the same time, they also want to be in the playoffs too. It hinders them from going to the playoffs. But they get paid good money. Look at Pine Bluff. They're giving up a home game to come play that game because they're going to get paid good money. So Tuskegee is the one that's actually doing all the backing out.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, like Pine Bluff, they're giving up a whole home game to come play that game because they're going to get paid way more money than they make at a home game.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's the whole thing on that. But the Tuskegee, they ain't where they used to be. That it wasn't gonna happen.
So let me ask you this. Let me throw this back at you. Let me ask you a question. So you said like most commissioners do, even in the NFL, the commissioner works for the owners. So why is it not a part of the negotiation to have that's a pretty tough question for you. So these presidents don't know much about media rights. So why are they why are they the lead roles on, what contract they should get or what? This is the part that I have a problem with. Why not bring in a consultant to, in these why not have either individual consultants, a SWAC consultant to talk these deals through? And at the end of the day, you probably wouldn't, if I'm being honest, you probably wouldn't have to pay them that much because you could probably find some that are HBCU graduates that don't mind coming back just to set the SWAC up in a better situation. That's my issue.
I mean, they do have consultants, but the thing is, certain things that will work in another conference may not work in the SWAC. And that's just, Mr. Ford don't be trying to tell you, but that's just how it is with black folks. If you go to even down on the high school level, you go to these rivalry schools where these black schools play each other, those games gonna sell out. All right, they can play the number one team. That's right. The game may sell out or it may have a decent crowd, but it ain't gonna be the same. It just works different down here that way. And it's the same with HBCU football. Now look, like that whole Big South thing we talked about with A&T. Your attendance suffered, your win-loss record suffered, hell, everything suffered. I mean, a lot of people thinking just because you're going to go to those conferences and then all your non-conference games, they're trying to do the Tennessee State model. You play in a white conference, but all your non-conference games against black schools.
So let me ask you this. So if North Carolina A&T goes to the CAA and is a third, second, maybe a couple years, they become a third best or the second best team, you don't think winning would negate the attendance from fans and excitement? Do you?
Nope.
Wow.
It's not going to be like that because they don't relate to those other schools, Scotty. That's why a lot of these classics work in a lot of these cities in the South. Shit, I mean, all of us HBCU graduates, we work together with each other. You go to work, you're going to be working with somebody from Jackson State. You're going to be working with somebody from Tennessee State, all these schools. And we relate to each other. And you go to those games based on that. And the A&T playing Maine and all those schools, they don't relate to that stuff. Nobody's going to get up for that like that. I mean, that's why I was even on a high school level, when it comes to these rivalries, you went to school, your school, but you working with these other people. You graduating with these other schools. And everybody want to, get together at these games like that. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's different at the HBCU level than it would be at a predominantly white college level.
All right, next question, Dan, because I always like talking to you. You always, you're very insightful for administration stuff. Do you subscribe to the notion that outside help can't help HBCUs?
It depends.
Okay.
And like Mr. Ford said, when you had a love for something, it's different. It is different. When you bring in people who have love for that university, and I think he's more saying when he's talking about love for the university, it doesn't matter where you graduated from. It's just, do you have that love when you come in? Some people come in just for a paycheck and just for notoriety, but they're not coming in, for love.
But how do you how do you determine that? You know what I'm saying? Because I can't hire you based off love. I can't, you love the institution. Do you, that can't be a question, how do you figure that, what I'm saying? How do you?
I mean, that can only be shown in their actions. I mean, I get what Mr. Ford is saying, and his whole thing is, and I have the same view, is we should, in North Carolina and Hampton, they should have been trying to save the MEAC. You can't say you're leaving the MEAC for travel reasons, and now every decision you made after that have made your travel costs gone up worse than it was in the MEAC. And by going back to the MEAC, hell, you're in your geographic area where your travel is. You kept complaining about coming on down to Florida, coming to Tallahassee and Daytona. Okay, those schools aren't there anymore. So what's your complaint now?
I just have,
and you know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, D. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your point.
And I just have a complaint about that. I mean, stop lying. You complained about travel, and then when your travel situation is, alleviated in the MEAC, you still every decision you made has cost the university more money. Every time you look around, it's costing them more money. And now your decision, you're going to be going up to Boston, going up to Maine and all this, and you're hoping they're going to go to a divisional level. Hell, they're still all over the place when it comes to travel. And your excuses have just been straight BS.
But going back to my original question, though, about bringing in somebody that is outside, because to me, if I bring somebody in that has done it a different way, doesn't mean that way, like, because I hear it a lot. And there's certain aspects I do agree with you on, like, me not understanding the pageantry, of what HBCU football is, that might lead me to do something against that because I don't understand what the pageantry does for the people that are involved in watching the game. So I get that aspect, and it could be other finite details like that within it. My thing is this, but there's also financial ways or financial manipulation that a guy outside can be like, y'all never thought about doing this? You never, you could do this and maybe try that, or do this or do that. Because to me, to keep this, oh, he's my frat brother, oh, he's my friend, oh, he went to school here, does not, all you know is tradition, right? And when all you know is tradition, what are you going to fall back on? Well, traditionally we'll do this, or, if somebody came to you and you wanted to do this is the biggest issue I see with HBCUs. If somebody who graduated from the school, got into a position of power, wanted to do something different, people that know them would say, why are you doing like that? We don't do it like that. We don't do it like that here. Why are you trying that? You know what I'm saying? So you always have like that pushback or that friction when you're trying to do something new and fresh. So my issue is, if you bring in more people as Ashley Robinson who are open to looking outside of the parameters of HBCU football, being creative enough to make it work, why not? Because let's be real. If Laxton State doesn't get Deion, Grambling does not look for Hugh Jackson. I want to be very clear about that. If Laxton State does not get Prime, they don't even look at Hugh Jackson for an opportunity to coach his job, because I heard from so many Grambling fans, if he's not a Grambling man, we don't want him. If he's not a Grambling man, we don't want him. We want a Grambling man. What the hell does that mean? Does he know football or not? What does a Grambling man
you're right.
Go ahead, Dan.
You're right when it comes to that. I mean, when you talk about bringing in outside people, that can go either way. I mean, i.e. Alcorn. They brought in an outside person. He tried to pretty much fuck them up. All right. And then you can bring an outside person, you could do well. It could go either way. I mean, and when it comes to that, especially on the conference level, they do bring in outside people. But at the same time, you also have to do things that will benefit the conference, and things that, just because, it worked in a different conference, it may not work here. Some things, work here that didn't work before. Like, for instance, when we talk about the SWAC championship game, when the game was first in Birmingham, they pretty much got the same deal now. Birmingham was giving them money. Birmingham gave them stadium for free, police, all that stuff. They were giving all that stuff for free. All right. All these people kept bitching and complaining about the game being in Birmingham, and they wanted to move. All right. So you had somebody come in. He moved the game to Houston. Damn near bankrupt the conference. But he did what the people wanted to say. Let's do something different. And damn near fucked up this conference. All right. And then during that time, if these conferences wanted to come in and take a lot of these teams, they could have came in and took a lot of them because it was fucked up then. But sometimes things work in this conference. It has to be, done a certain way. And you can't do it a different way. All right. My whole thing is I kind of do agree with Prime about these game and these contracts or whatever. All right. Birmingham, they pretty much have set the bar. Basically, these teams need $1 million and up. All this $200 and $300 contract for these classics, that shit is out the window. Quite frankly, and like when y'all were, discussing about everybody, this game need to be in Jackson, this game need to be here, it's bringing money to the community. A lot of these cities have gotten COVID money that they could be helping these schools with when it comes to these games, when it comes to these payouts that they ain't stepped up with. The city of Birmingham, they're using COVID money, bringing games to Birmingham. Mobile, using that COVID travel tourism money to bring games to Mobile. So stop, when it comes to all that stuff, stop getting mad at these damn city of Birmingham. Shit, get mad at them cities where these damn schools are at. Because if they want to keep them games, they can step up, spend that damn money, and actually keep the games there.
All right, last point, and I'm going to let you go real quick, Dan. I'm going to let you, answer this. My thing is this. Did Houston not work because the contract was not negotiated right? Or did Houston not work because of the simple fact of the location of Houston? I think, yes, I think the location of Houston is out of the way. I'm not going to lie to you. But to me, could you not have, and I get Birmingham or whatever, I get it, SWAC headquarters, SWAC this, SWAC that, I get it. But could you not have taken that Laxton State in Southern game to the New Orleans Dome, negotiated the contract, probably got money from Gail Benson, who's donated to Southern many times before. She probably gives you a glowing rate. You know what I'm saying? And you probably make twice as much that you would in Louisiana that you would ever make in Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? Because of the
thing
location.
is,
Go ahead.
When it comes to that, they got to step the fuck up, as in those cities. They aren't stepping up to that. The city of Birmingham, they're the ones who's stepping up. Every time we treat this like when it comes to Birmingham and the SWAC, Birmingham is like that chick that's a 6 or a 7 that's down with your ass. No matter what the fuck you do, she always down with your ass. The SWAC that came to that damn game, you sitting here trying to chase this bad bitch who will stand your ass. You sitting there spending your money out and damn near going broke trying to chase the bad bitch.
Trying to impress
Houston was the bad bitch. New Orleans was the bad bitch, and all the other damn cities. That ain't helping.
Oh man, that's funny.
Shit, if Birmingham keep popping their ass up and offering these good deals, that's where your ass need to be. And quite frankly, if Tennessee State had any damn sense, they pull out that damn pull out the Southern Harris Classic 2 and get with Jackson State and say, you know what? Let's see if we can get one of them Birmingham deals in Birmingham. Or hell, if anything, pull out the Southern Harris Classic, get with FAMU and say, you know what? Oh, we can give a $40,000. We can get 40,000 people in Birmingham. Let's see if we can get that same deal. All right, we can't get the Atlanta Classic back, but we damn sure can get a Classic in Birmingham and get this damn money. So I don't feel sorry for Tennessee State. When it comes to that, I don't feel sorry for them. The thing is, you keep on trying to hold on to that 10 right there that ain't studying your ass and getting all your damn money rather than using what you got to get what the hell you need. But that's neither here nor there.
That's funny, Dan.
But that whole scheduling thing, I'm with you with that. No, schedule a few out of conference games because I think my school should start back playing Jacksonville State.
Ooh,
they brought shit. When we play them, the crowds are way better in the SWAC school that come up there. But that's neither here nor there. But shit, I don't call in like I used to.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't working from home no more. I ain't working from home no more. But and then you be making me mad. My thing going off at work. I can't even have my stuff up because I gotta have my damn door open. Then them, white people looking at me crazy and all that. But hey, it's good talking to you, man.
Hey, you too, Dan, man. Appreciate the call, man. Oh man, that's funny. Uh-oh. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
What's up, Scotty?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, it's your boy Ron, man. Ron C, man.
Talk to me.
That's my first time hitting you up, man. I had to call in, man, because, I've been talking to you, offline.
Yeah.
But I got a question, man. Look, man, it may not be a controversial question or nothing, man, but I'm agreeing with you on this scheduling, man. The scheduling got to get better. But when you think if the SWAC upgrade the schedule all across the board, wouldn't it give us a better chance of getting more draft picks?
That's a tough one because it also, that's a good point, but it's a tough one because it depends on how they look at the competition that you scheduled, right? So if you're scheduling a bad team in an out of conference, it's going to be like, but if you're scheduling a good team out of conference, they're like, okay, that's a game that's, you can consider that draft take material. And that's why a lot of players like to play against Power 5 institutions because they want to show they can compete on that level. Now, I'm not an advocate of scheduling 2 FBS schools or whatever, but to have one FBS team, even if it's not a power program, maybe like a mid-tier or mid-level program at FBS, I think that definitely helps. You know what I'm saying? Especially with tape and having a tape that you say, look, I competed against this guy, or a Jacoby Durant getting 2 picks against Clemson. You know what I'm saying? Like that means something. Right. You know what I'm saying? So your team might take the beat down, but individually, players can get really, really good looks. You know what I'm saying? And some players can get bad looks. It all depends on how it goes.
Yeah, because I agree, man, because I'm thinking, in my opinion, that's the reason the SWAC don't get a lot of draft picks, man. It costs the quality of the schedule and who we playing. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know why people not looking at that way, man. It's just, because if you playing some upper tier talent, man, I think you'll get better draft picks, man, with that competition, man.
I agree. I think if you beat, let's say, and I'll stay with, Laxton State. Like, so let's say Laxton State beats.
Talking about my JSU, man, my JSU.
Yeah, talk about. So let's say if Laxton State beats a Jacksonville State, or they beat a South Dakota State, or if they beat a Montana, those teams are looked at as top level programs within the FCS. So that's tape you definitely want to look back on and be like, how did this player do in this game? But I think, and I had Coach KJ Black on there, he asked some coaches and he talked about, how are our players looked at from the SWAC? And he simply said, he's like, Akil Glass is good. He said, but he has to be great for me to put him against a quarterback that was good in FBS. You get what I'm saying? He had to, because he knows the talent, the competition isn't there. He knows the windows are going to be a little bit more open. So if a quarterback in FBS is just okay or decent, he's going to go with that guy because of the level of competition that he's played. So unless Akil is putting up crazy numbers, what he's doing, that's how he has to show that he's at a higher level than everybody else. So that means he has to be twice as good to get half as much. And you're doing him a disservice because if you're only playing, your conference, I'm just an example. If he was only playing his conference, he would have to literally put up 500 yards a game just to get noticed because the numbers are so gaudy. You know what I'm saying? Or he would have to have some, physical attribute that makes him stupid, like him being 6'7" and can run a 4.5, and him being just okay. You get what I'm saying? So those are the things you're doing. You're hurting your players because if you're like Travis Hunter, if he stays with Laxton State, he would literally probably have to average like 5 or 7 picks a year just to keep, because the competition are like, can we really trust it? You know what I'm saying? But
I was thinking that same thing, man. That's the reason I asked you that question about these schedules, man, because you gotta have Travis Hunter playing some upper talent, man, other than our own conference, because he's still gonna get looked at, to me,
just like a normal player.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a clue what he's gonna look like. I know what he should look like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But maybe, man, in the future, man, this thing will step up, man. And I want to tell you, man, you do a great job, man. This show been very educational, man, today. Hey, man, you just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Hey, appreciate it, Ron. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace. And Amber, you know, you probably talking about Texas State and ULM. Congratulations. Okay. All right. But I think you have to understand, once he steps foot on campus and he's okay, let's keep it a whole buck, right? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told me once a black man goes to an HBCU school, the rating's going to drop. The respect is going to drop. The thoughts of him is going to drop, right? So if that's already the premise in most of everybody's head on here, we can all kind of agree on that once you step foot on an HBCU campus, if you're a 5-star, they're probably going to rate you a 3-star because they know of the competition that you're going to be going against. That means he has to play at a 5-star level against 3-star competition. That means he can't have an off day. You know what I'm saying? He can't, I won't say that. He has to be amazing. Like just head and shoulders above everybody, right? I.e. Steve McNair. You just got to be so much better that they can't deny you the fact that you're just that much better than everybody else. So I just think it does a disservice to them or him or anybody else when you don't play, you know, out of conference competition. You know what I'm saying? Just to show what they can do. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. I just feel like, you know, at least play the best FCS. I'm not really asking you to go up in FBS and get your butt whooped like FAMU about to do with North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to put up you got to start playing people, man. You just got to start playing people. So, man, listen, this was a great morning show. I feel like a real radio guy right now. Like, I mean, I just went 3 hours and 45 minutes, no commercial breaks. This was fun. This was fun, man. This is a great morning show, man. I know you guys are having a hell of a President's Day. Make sure you tune in tonight, 7:30. Me and Kofi, the Afterglow show. All right. Make sure you tune into that. There is a NFL agent. Anybody on here looking for an NFL agent for their kid's son? All right. I don't know if he does. Somebody asked me if he does baseball or basketball. I do not know, but you can always email to ask. All right. His name is Cartez Johnson. He has an opening for 3 players. All right. He helps with NIL deals, contract negotiation, and speed and strength and training. All right. So make sure you screenshot that, use it, do whatever you got to do. Pass it to a loved one, friend, family, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Listen, also, all right. Countdown to MEAC March. I love it. Listen, absolutely. Countdown to MEAC March. All right. MEAC March. We are diving into the MEAC full steam ahead. All right. If you know any players, Delaware State, Morgan State, Howard, South Carolina State, what else? Who else we got? Whoever. Oh, Norfolk State, North Central. All right. Any of those players, have them reach out to me on OFFScript_TV on Twitter or IG, OFFScript_TV. All right. Reach out to me. I'll get them set up for interviews and everything like that. Okay. Everything like that. We'll get them on here. We're doing a MEAC March. Yes, I'm still going to talk about the SWAC, but I am going to have a lot more shows on the MEAC. All right. So MEAC March. I'm loving it. All right. We're going to try to get some people, get some coaches on here. We're going to try to do it big with MEAC. Okay. So also make sure you like the stream. Please make sure you like the stream. Also become a member. All right. I'm trying to listen, man. I'm trying to figure it out. I really am. I don't know. I was, it's a lot of things in the work, so I'm gonna try. But when it drops, I'm gonna let you guys know. All right. So, but I'm gonna see if I can do. Scotty, see if you can get that Coach Pugh interview. I'm trying, man. I'm working my networks. I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. All right. But listen, if anybody has anything to say or they want to comment, you can always text me right here at this number. Anybody who has it knows I do text back. It is me. It's not a robot or anything like that. This is me. I will respond to you. However you bring that energy, I will bring it right back to you. All right. No, I am not covering swag baseball. I do not like baseball. I don't play baseball. Okay. So I don't. Now, if something happens, like, you know, a guy gets a cycle? I think it's called a cycle, where he gets, like, I'll talk about major events. Like, you know, somebody gets like a 3 home run game or pitches a no hitter. I'll give them the credit they deserve, and I'll give them a shout out. So you guys can always keep me up to date with your son or daughter or cousin stats or whatever, and I'll give them shout outs. You know what I'm saying? If they have a baller, you know, I'll give a baller award for, you know, baseball, basketball, whatever. So, but to cover the actual games or talk about who's leading off, and no, that's not me. Don't even bring that mess over here. Y'all better go start a swag baseball channel, because it ain't happening over here. All right. But like I said, I don't mind giving anybody interview or, you know, I'll give a baseball player interview. I don't have no issues doing that. So, but yeah, Coach Reed interview. Listen, man, Laxton State. I think Laxton State just don't like me. You know what I'm saying? So I think I think they got a coalition against me. I would love to interview Coach Reed. I think I'll probably have one of the best interviews with her, because I'm gonna ask the real questions. But you know what I'm saying? Reach out to those Laxton State platforms and see if they can, you know, give you, you know, because they're not coming over here. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a coalition against me. I'm telling you, I've seen my face, like, wanted posters on the campus. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted posters. Like, bro, I'm like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do me like this, man. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, God dang, like, wanted posters. All right, Mr. Care, if you can make that happen, make that happen. All right. But if you can't, don't false advertise. All right. If you can make it happen, Captain. All right. So, nah, but I love me some Coach Reed. I love the mentality she has for her team. I absolutely love her. All right. Listen, before I go, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad will let you know that, you know, we as the Black men and women, all right, we don't need white institutions to tell us how impactful we are. We don't need white institutions to give us money. We don't need the white man's money. Okay? We, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Allah, you know what I'm saying? Once again, like I told you, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Okay? Because too many times, as Black people, we think the white man's money is better. Just like we need to repaint the football lines to black lines, because we've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We've been led astray, okay? Thinking that we should play within the white man's white lines. But I would say that is not so, that we as the Black men and women of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, by Allah, all right, can do much better. Okay? Can do much better. Now, I'm going to take my pilgrimage to the kitchen. All right? Give me some food. Give me some hunger in my belly. Cooked by a Black queen. Okay? So I can re-energize and come back to give my Black people what they need. All right? By the Honorable Elijah, by Allah. So until next time, my Black brothers and sisters, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler, Allah bless.